Yeah, don't worry. Jake will be on later. I'm just here for now. Yeah, we got a good one here. We got the Battle for Canada.
Yeah.
You excited?
It's going to be a good time.
Did you warm up? Have some poutine for breakfast?
Poutine? Yeah, oh yeah. I whipped out the poutine.
I've never had
Didn't
any.
put it in the microwave.
I've never had any.
Didn't sneak out the place, so we're all good. I think I've had it like maybe once.
Actually, I had it in Korea once. Don't ask.
Bro went to Korea and had poutine.
Yeah, eat Taiwan, you know?
Is it good?
Yeah, it was pretty all right, yeah.
Okay, I
Apparently
like
they
that.
got like a Canadian chain over there or something. So
Oh,
yeah,
right.
we appreciate the poutine in Canada. I can vouch, I can vouch.
You can
It's good
vouch.
stuff, yeah.
He likes the poutine in Korea.
Yeah, I'm
well, we're
ready
going to
now.
have it in Canada, Johnny. It's going to be a good time.
True, grand finals.
Let's go.
Whoa.
No, I'm excited to go, and hopefully both these teams can make it as well. Obviously, Vancouver Titans and the Toronto Defiant, Johnny, have had some roster swaps over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Lijiang coming in here from the San Francisco Shock for the Vancouver Titans, and then Toronto Defiant as well. I mean, we see Spectra and Opener in the lineup. You know, Opener, a bit of a main support veteran, you know, coming back to the Overwatch League, competing here in the Western region, of course. So excited to see how he's improved and how he's going to fit alongside Ultraviolet. But I think in general, I mean, these are two aspiring teams that really want to, you know, level up a little bit and, you know, compete with the likes of Florida Mayhem, for example, and maybe the LA Gladiators now when they're stumbling a little bit and vie for those playoff spots, right? There's going to be 5 Western teams that make it to the playoffs. And so one of these teams, you know, they got a pretty all right chance at making it there. So we're going to go in here into Antarctic Peninsula for our very first map. And a bit of an interesting one. Maybe some Winston gameplay. But both teams opting for the dive, perhaps.
No, I mean, probably. It makes the most sense. I mean, Winston's played here majority of the time. I have to see. Of course, Toronto Defiant making quite a large roster swap, like you said. Swapping 2 players out. Of course, Lijiang, new to joining the Titans at least. Both TPing out. Sombra, Tracer for the Titans. It will be Hydron on the Hanzo, making the small difference there.
No big surprise seeing Hydron on the Hanzo. I mean, he is so good at this long-range hit-scan role. And even when you play on, for example, Nepal, like Hydron has showed some prowess, willingness to play this Hanzo. So I'm not too surprised by seeing them opt into this slower, more passive Hanzo composition. And it's on the Vancouver Titans with Lijiang now here on the Tracer to try to push up a little bit and try to find some of these picks with Sugar-Free and Punk.
Yeah, Spectra taking a little bit too much damage there as the point unlocks. Want to keep an eye on how much damage Hydron is doing. Really looking for those one-shots, but it's so much easier for Titans to set up for kills. However, it will be Hydron taking the first blood. Punk ends up going down. Needs cap for Defiant. I went a little bit too deep there.
And this is a pretty hard test, right? I mean, if you're Lijiang and you come into this lineup and you got Sugar-Free playing the Sombra, and now you have to execute and you have to pick apart this Toronto Defiant lineup, this is a nice little test here for the Vancouver Titans, and we'll see how their dive composition comes together. Crimso's going to go down early, so we're going to have to wait a bit longer.
Gotta go, go, go. Oh my god. All right, Hydron.
All right.
Warmed up. Warmed up. First match,
we got
first
the
map
on
of the
fire
day.
in this fast draw.
Yeah, we do. On fire and then blazing, which is on fire level 2.
True.
It's pretty awesome. Good analysis.
What, you want
That's
me to
so
analyze
true.
Blaze? You
Yo,
want that?
true.
Oh yeah. great
Is
Blaze
he on
in there,
who's
Joss.
on Blaze right now? Who's on fire right now?
Tell us where we're at. Tell us where we're at, Joss.
I will. Lijiang is dead.
He's dead indeed.
Yeah. Kaluj got the kill. Good stuff. Good start for Toronto Defiant. Spectra missing that pulse spot. Good though. Hasn't got a recoil, so I suppose a little bit more safe, but 50% and counting. Just pick after pick after pick right now for Toronto Defiant. And they've even got Nano for this next fight. It's looking rough for the Titans.
They're big chilling right now. I mean, they're even pushed up pretty far. Like, they don't feel contested at all. Kalush gets
Oh,
left.
pulse spot.
He'll stay alive.
Nope,
He does.
got
No.
Nano. Is he going to be aggressive with this? Yes, he is. There's the boot from Faith, but Faith already pretty low, and now he's setting his sights on Crimzo, who's also got a Nano. He can Nano Faith if he really wants to. Blue's growing bright purple. Still got Primal Rage in his back pocket. But emergency eject button if he really needs to use it. Might want to do so. His opener's already gone down. There it is. He pops it. Bash and Faith and Crimzo far apart from each other and far away from the point, but everybody from the Titans not really in need of healing right now, so Faith and Crimzo are all good to rejoin the fight in just a moment as Punk finds himself a nice little 3-piece there, making pancakes in the morning. Double kill with 1 stomp. Ultraviolet and Spectra are going down to 1 leap. Titans regain control of the point, 86% for the Defiant.
It started to get a bit sweaty there, right? If you're the Vancouver Titans, I mean, the timer's ticking up, 86% and counting, and Lijiang finds that opening pick that allows Punk and Sugar-Free to really capitalize with their ultimates. But I mean, it's crunch time now for the Vancouver Titans. You have 2 support ultimates here, but you can't afford to lose this fight because Toronto Defiant might just get away with the round.
Yeah, rally for Toronto Defiant and a pulse spot. Ooh, Kalush, pretty low, but Hydron once again, time after time after time, he's opening up these fights. And with Lijiang dead, Opener and Ultraviolet pretty free to do what they please. No fear of a pulse bomb, no fear of a Tracer diving in. Or have to be fear of Punk right now, who's got the Nano, already taking care of Hydron. There's the pulse, lands on Punk, takes him out with the help of Opener. A little shield bash, a little concussion all the way back to score. Vancouver Titans, very little point presence now. They do have Faith rallying on the point, and everybody got over health, so they're going to be a little bit more sustainable, but that's about it. Toronto Defiant playing this one a little bit more slowly as Spectra does dash his way onto the point as they put more pressure in. I mean, they're only a couple of pixels away from actually capping this one. The Vancouver Titans are making sure it's hard to do so. Kaluge and Spectra antied again. Crimzo from the back, it's a two-man anti.
There's a huge anti-nade from Crimzo because Ultraviolet has this Nono. He's going to go ahead and Nono Opener instead is not clearing onto the point.
It's only support or combat from here on out. Opener swinging his flare with Faith dead to a nade. Should be clean sweep. Vancouver Titans, all of them pretty low. Had to run, retreat back to Faith and Crimzo. And Toronto Defiant capping the points, 95%. It's up to Titans to touch.
They can build this EMP maybe. I mean, a few touches here and Sugar Free might get this.
There it is, OT in, a flail onto Punk, sent reeling for Kaluge. I mean, a pretty easy point, Johnny. Kind of dance around, but here comes the EMP, like you called perfectly.
Oh, wow,
but Sugar Free gets bioed, has to recall, doesn't want to go in there, EMP, and then give up the Ghost. Punk nanoed in once again, and he's got Primal Rage. Good stalling here from the Vancouver Titans. They're going to find the flip if Defiant aren't careful. EMP hits 3 as Punk tries to go for the flank. Hydron dead. And with Toronto Defiant's last and only hope and Opener pushing themselves onto the point. Vancouver Titans did end up capping, but now they have to use this overhealth. But it doesn't matter because Punk is just isolating the team once again. Toronto Defiant unable to really make anything stick in this fight.
They're thriving. No value from Toronto Defiant's ultimates. They have the Dragon Strike coming up, but they need to find a pick here to really get going.
I mean, maybe Hydron finds something. He's found something the last 3 fights in a row, but it's Ultraviolet this time around. Dragon Strike right on top of Punk. A little bit disrespectful, I gotta say. Punk dead. Lijiang dead. No pulse bomb, and the Vancouver Titans only have Sugar Free to touch as the supports are just getting bopped around by Kaluge's Primal Rage. Faith in a little bit of trouble, does get bubbled off. Is there anybody to touch? Surely Lijiang gets there. Triple blinks in, hits the recall, and here comes the rally from Faith.
Lijiang's got a pulse bomb. Can he find something?
He does have a pulse as Kaluge takes a quick nap. He was Nano. The pulse bomb gets thrown out. Hydron with an easy dodge to his right. Lijiang takes an arrow. Doesn't want to use that recall just yet. Wants to maybe pressure Ultraviolet out of this fight, who's gone pretty low. Opener's on the point. Gets a 180 pack onto the backline, but Vancouver Titans just don't touch. A little C9 to start off the day.
That was a bit of a C9.
What a good way to start the day.
Up in the morning.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying. That's what I'm
exactly.
saying. Part of a healthy breakfast, Johnny.
It wakes you up, gets the blood pumping. Yeah. Oh wow. You gotta be on top of your toes.
I thought
the server.
I thought you said you got to be on top of your toast. It was like talking about breakfast in the morning. Got to be on top of that toast just in case it gets burns in the
Do you say that in the UK?
Toaster. On top of the toast.
Yeah, gotta be on top of the toast.
No.
I believe it. You know, if Bren started saying that, I'd be
you'd
like,
be like, oh, it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could, I'm pretty sure British people can say any stupid sentence strung together about breakfast items and it would make sense.
Yeah, you say anything about baked beans, I'll believe it.
It's like, wow. You know, baked beans were invented in 1684.
Sure.
The baked bean? Don't Google that.
Is that actually true?
You will never know.
Okay. I'm not going to Google it either.
All right, he's saying, changing up a little bit here, running the Reaper instead. Opener does end up falling first. Rest in peace. Which is back on the Ram mirror. Although Ram, just Ram mirroring pretty much, everybody else is down.
Yeah, but Hydron's maneuvering the Sojourn, whereas the Vancouver Titans are opting for a more Reaper Sombra kind of look here. So the Vancouver Titans, I mean, they want to get up close and personal with the Reaper, right? So interesting to see how they engage, whereas Toronto Defiant, they're happy maneuvering this high ground and, you know, trying to find these picks here.
He's got high ground, which is quite nice for the Sojourn. Punk is pretty low. Nice little disengaged boot from Faith. Has he got shield? He does. He's kind of cowering in it right now, somehow kept alive, but not for long. It's too much damage from the high ground. They need to dislodge Hydron somehow. He's already claimed 2. Coalescence even getting involved here.
Okay.
All right, pretty aggressive, but now there's a window staring in front of you. Fade with the coal, does back away, but now they know Crimzo's pretty vulnerable. Oh, he's trying to right-click. He had a damage orb, or a healing orb, sorry, to keep him up, but Coalescence used pretty late on in that fight. I wonder if Crimzo's changing, or is he going to stick with the Moira? Looks like he's going to stick.
It's interesting, yeah. Because I was thinking just that fight, right? I mean, if you have, he had the Coalescence up, but it's so hard to use the Coalescence because Hydron's on the high ground. So it's not like you can push into Hydron because he's on the high ground. Like, how do you get there? You have to teleport up as Reaper or something like that. So it's difficult to use this Moira, I feel like, whereas Toronto Defiant, I feel way more better with this.
Oh my god, 4-man EMP, but Ultraviolet quick on using the lamp. It was actually Lijiang that fell first, so even with that EMP hitting 4 people, you have no real follow-up without your Reaper and your lamp.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit. And Toronto didn't even use ults. I mean, they got 4 ultimates up, and they got 42% in building, so they're feeling so comfortable in this matchup right now.
Really good. I mean, very nice proactive lamp there from Ultraviolet.
Yeah.
Saved everybody's life. All good.
Good ability. Good ability, Jaws.
Good. Yeah, we're going to start on that, huh? We're going to start that little rant.
I didn't say nothing. Didn't say nothing.
I mean, you did. You insinuated there that Lamp's a good ability.
All right. Good luck here, Punk, getting value from the Annihilation.
I mean, he's walking through. He's trying.
He's trying.
He's trying. But no, Hydron just speeding away with the help of Opener. Even at that power slide if he really wants to use it.
Sound barrier.
Wow, Annihilation and the sound barrier, yeah. As soon as that Annihilation came out from Punk, Opener instantly hitting the Q key. But I mean, Annihilation on the point right now for Kalush. Going to wear him for just a moment. There it is. And here comes the railgun. His ultimate from Hydron. He's on a decent flank. A lot of people lining up for people to hit him. But too many evasive abilities there from the Titans for him to go down. Sound barrier hits 4 for the Vancouver Titans. Blizzard, Coalescence. Every single ultimate under server right now being thrown out. But it's Lijiang that's making his mark. A lamp dead. Same with Hydron. Spectra goes down next. That window at the back of the point is going to be pretty decent for Toronto Defiant, but there's no one really to shoot through it. I mean, maybe the Cheerios, maybe Ultraviolet gets some damage in, but that's about it. 99% to 29 as Sugar Free kills Kalush. But he's still feeling good if you're Toronto Defiant. 99% with a flip over. Lijiang, wow, put in work in that fight.
That's actually a crazy fight right there. I mean, Toronto Defiant used everything. They used the Overclock, they used the Blizzard as well, trying to secure the fight there and secure this map. But the Vancouver Titans somehow, with the magic of Lijiang, get back there, and now you have an EMP. If I'm the Vancouver Titans, I want to go early with this EMP right on top of the Defiant.
Looks like they're trying to set up for it, Johnny. You can see them just hanging around this little corner. EMP from Sugar Free, looking pretty decent. Can he get Ultraviolet? That's the question. They know he's there. There it is. EMP only hits 1. They still kill him, though. All good.
All good. All good.
They won the fight. You only hit 1. That's all good. That's a win in my book.
A hard stop there for just a second.
Yeah.
It was a bit nervous.
How did he only hit 1 there? He looked like he was in the middle of everybody.
I mean, I'm not a fan of EMPing around the box. Like, maybe get yourself into an open area when you're trying to land an EMP.
Get on top of the box, maybe.
Yeah, but now you just want to snowball, right? I mean, we got pretty much one more fight here to go. If you can build this Coalescence, just use that to push in before Toronto Defiant can build these support ultimates.
Yeah, you still got to be wary, though, of Kalush. I mean, you could just speed forward with the Annihilation as soon as they use Cole, or just do this. Play forward. You got Reaper. You want to be in close quarters. Coalescence coming out, and Opener and Ultraviolet isolated from the rest of the team. Crimzo turning them into soup as the Vancouver Titans now flip this one on its head. 95%, and hey, hold the spawn doors. We got Death Blossom. Someone has to go and touch. Opener hacked, and there it is. Proactive play from the Vancouver Titans, securing them in the round.
That's a nice comeback there. It looked like Toronto Defiant were in complete control of this matchup, and then, you know, Lijiang with those nice 3 picks in that fight, and they turned the tide.
Feels pretty good, honestly. Feels pretty good. Vancouver Titans, what, they were at 29% when Toronto Defiant had 99.
Something like that.
Yeah, proactive play, just playing around their comp, and that map is kind of rough sometimes when you're trying to run away, especially with Titans playing on the corner. Well, you speed in, Reaper just shoots people. Like, there's only 1 mega health pack you can kind of run to, and if you get split, it's basically all over. Good comeback from the Titans. One apiece now in control.
Yeah, I mean, the point is pretty open, but then everything surrounding the point is very close quartered, and you quickly run out of space. And we're going to see pretty much a mirror coming in here. And Vancouver Titans, I mean, they're sticking with the Moira pick, whereas Defiant, they're going to rely on the Baptiste and Sojourn to get them home.
I mean, it's a lot of healing too.
It is.
Just throw the orb out, you speed forward, you know, like, it's healing your entire team, and then the mist is also covering everybody. It's not like Ana where you have to hit multiple targets with the darts. But yeah, Toronto Defiant opting for the BAP instead.
Bit of a rotate.
They'll jump over the wall too.
Oh boy, that's a big pick.
Yeah, Crimzo going down. Not great. Not a great start. Out of all the picks that you could have got, that's probably the perfect one.
And now it's just about picking up the pieces. No more healing.
Goodbye, team.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Nope. Punk, ideally, just kind of throw yourself off the map there, or if you can get a kill, but no. Bit of free ult charge, I suppose.
He went down punching.
He did. Hey, you got to do it, man. I mean, ideally in that situation, you reset quickly, but if Punk can get a lot of ult charge there, I mean, he was punching a couple of people. He's going to match Kaluj in ult charge.
Yeah, Toronto Defiant poking here a bit early. You have that Sojourn, right? So you can look for picks here and spawn early if you'd like. But this Defiant composition is, well, it allows them to just keep falling back, see if they can find a pick. Just like this, slow them down, put the walls up.
Good wall. Sugar-free, though. Had other ideas. He's playing in the back line right now with the Toronto Defiant, but they're moving as a unit, Johnny, so it's actually tough for him to get a manual hack down. Should be super low. Has he got a chance to get it? Yes, he does. There's Heesang straight in front of the window, not where you want to be when Hydron's on the other side of it. It's going to shatter your little skull if you're not careful with a railgun. Sugar-free with the EMP, though, Johnny.
Yeah, this EMP is going to be massive. It has to be a quick engage from Titans before these slower cooldowns come in from Defiant.
All right, pretty open point. He's running towards him. Hits two. Kaluj and Ultraviolet, but Kaluj is safe. A nice little lamp there from UV to keep Kaluj in the fight.
Sound barrier.
The Coalition's to follow up, but the sound barrier is going to make sure that doesn't really do all too much apart from healing for the Vancouver Titans, as that Blizzard is going to stop Punk in his tracks. 70% for Toronto, as they just clean up the Titans. That Coalescence, the Annihilation even thrown in. It's a lot to kind of deal with if you're the Toronto Defiant, but they did pretty well against all the ults they threw in. I mean, that lamp saving Kaluj there was just pivotal.
I mean, that was the fight, Jaws, right? I mean, you threw in the Annihilation there, the EMP, you were hoping to get value. It's last fight territory here, and you only have the Death Blossom to really rely on.
Yeah, I mean, Hydron's got the overclock. Heesang, Death Blossom, two DPS ults just staring at each other in the face. I mean, luckily Fade's near in that sound barrier, but Heesang's already dead somehow. Just get triple tapped by Ultraviolet across the map. The overclock's coming in. Crypto looking like he DC'd there a little bit, just strafing, trying to kill people. Punk does end up finding two, and Faith in a sorry situation. And now a Window, a Hydron behind it. The Vancouver Titans, only one member to get back in time, and it's not to be. Toronto will start this off with a bang, taking the first map.
That's gotta feel good if you're the Toronto Defiant. You know, the way they've been struggling in the spring stage, you got two new pickups coming in here with Spectra and Opener. And Antarctic Peninsula as well, you're able to rely more on these Ramatra compositions to sort of bring you home. Hydron finds some picks early here to just kickstart the momentum for the Toronto Defiant, but clutching out this round and then utilizing the Ramatra compositions to finish off the job, nicely done by the Defiant.
Nicely done. See Anna do like 3 somersaults there. She's going to the Olympics with that one.
But it just means it was a very powerful headshot.
Yeah, it's true. Find picks like that if you're Hanzo. You need it, ideally. I mean, that's what that pick's for, right? Playing a little bit more passive, just waiting for the arrows to land.
But it's also interesting. I mean, one sort of narrative in the spring stage was like, what is the look for the Toronto Defiant so far? Hanzo sitting back a little bit, Sojourn sitting back a little bit. So maybe we're seeing more of a passive playstyle from Toronto Defiant moving forward.
Yeah, maybe we are. 2-1. Titans still looking pretty damn competitive though with their changes too. Heesang coming up big on the Reaper. Eichenwalde up next after this break. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Johnny. Boom.
Boom.
Easy game.
Boom.
Battle for Canada kicking off with a Toronto Defiant win. A 2-1 on control joining Antarctic Peninsula. Eichenwalde is up next.
I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah?
I think Eichenwalde is one of my favorite maps. So I'm just excited to see it in the pool. See some people who play Eichenwalde. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. It's only because there's some good Reinhardt angles.
Yeah, I mean, it does.
It's really fun to play Reinhardt on Eichenwalde.
Yeah. Really? Even on second? I guess
if you play on defense, you can just like, oh, I'm just going to jump off this ledge and just shatter.
Yeah,
like, you're a constant threat. But yeah, I really enjoy Eichenwalde, so I'm excited to see it back in the pool.
Are we going to see Ryan there?
No. No. Not in this economy. Not in this economy, Jaws.
Sad game, honestly. All good. For you Reinhardt fans out there, maybe soon. Maybe soon. Those are like Winston defense, classic, and Sugar Free on the Echo.
Yeah, I mean, Winston's pretty fun on this map too, right? And yeah, we are seeing more Echo. We even saw San Francisco Shock play Echo here against the LA Gladiators. You know, you can navigate around this big pillar and you're up in the sky, of course. So some good ability to dive bomb the enemy team and find a pick early into these fights. So
yeah, it is really fun watching Echo. Not only for like the neutral game, which is just like shooting and the sticky bombs and stuff, but when she copies, and depending on like Ana copy is really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like just the Sky nades, the Sky sleeps, and then you're trying to build Nano, or like copy Winston to seeing DPS players play Winston hit the primal. Like it's a pretty fun character to.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan when they duplicate the Tracer, because I'm like, you play Tracer, like we see Tracer all the time. Like you really have to duplicate the Tracer. I get it, the pulse bomb and all, but come on, it's just a personal pet peeve of mine.
Ana definitely seems like the way to go.
Yeah.
Or Brig. Just a tank.
Ana's
like
strong these days.
Brig,
Ana's
like
really strong.
Yeah. I mean, just the util in the neutral game for Ana is just crazy good. So there you go. Ooh, gotta be careful though. Ana's have long range. She has a sniper. She will shoot with her rifle. Oh, Spectre though. The kill onto Punk. Ooh. Nice trade back though for Sugar Free. But with a little point presence, and Sugar Free is getting mighty low from the enemy Ana. And now it is just Faith trying to run and trying to hide, but it's not going to happen. Sugar Free has to kind of hold this one down, but Lijiang is making it look easy apparently.
Okay.
Where did he come from? Surprise. Looks like he jumped out of a birthday cake. And yep, Kaluge, and oh, that tracking. Nice. And Hydron's not long for this world either. Oh, a little dip. Oh, another pack. He's 5 HP, someone heal him.
Oh, no. It looked so good until it didn't.
Oh my god, he did not expect Hydron to get the long-range armor pack there, but it does give Vancouver enough time to recontest his points. Hydron with a nice stick, though. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult now for the Titans to get back on this first point. In fact, it looks like they're just going to give it up. Go back to the castle, get a priority position.
Dude, I was so ready to sing Lijiang's praises.
Yeah.
And then he gets picked and it kind of opens the door for the Toronto Defiant there. It's interesting though to see Hydron on this Tracer and Spectre onto the Echo. This could actually be something we see a lot more from Toronto Defiant in this summer stage matchup. So now, point A captured, you got a nano boost to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see either Kaluge or Spectre get nanoed here and you really try to push the tempo.
Yeah, I like Punk's position though. Just could go in
early
when
jump
he
here
chooses.
from Punk.
Yep. Here's the pulse one from Lijiang.
He's got a primal and nano soon.
Can he recreate Hydrons? There's a bubble right
Dude,
there.
he just missed
you
the
can't
primal.
miss! Oh, he still got him. All good. It's still counted, even though it hit the floor. Nano boost onto Sugar Free though. An opener is in a rather devious position. He is managing to get away somehow though. Sugar Free has to deal with a backup. Illusion, Ultraviolet just hanging in the wings, making sure
you lose your Winston, Jack, it feels bad. You gotta wait for your Winston. Punk's back.
He's back. Back on the case. A lot of ults though for both teams at this point. There's the rally for opener. As Punk does end up diving in with that primal rage, but good luck getting through that overhealth and extra armor. Kaluge going to pop his too as Sugar Free. Once again, Ultraviolet just making sure that Sugar Free's under the most amount of pressure possible. Rally force from Faith, an anti-nade landing on him and Lijiang as Kaluge tries to get the wraparound onto high ground again. A little stun, but all good. He shakes it off. Nothing that Kaluge can't handle. And with that rally fading away, and same with that overhealth and armor, he is not long for the world. And yeah, with Crimzo dying so early on, it's rough for Faith to stay alive.
Toronto looking clean, man.
Yeah.
They're looking good. I mean, Faith committed the rally there, but Ultraviolet with a sick Bionade and Hydro with a stick. I mean, they're just finding these picks to keep going, and they're about to cap point B.
There's the nano boost. Where's the pulse one? Go for Lijiang here. He's so low. No recall to be seen either. Speaking of copy traces, there's Sugar Free. Johnny, 2 traces on the map for the Vancouver Titans, looking like Season 1, 2016. And with an opener with a nice little boom, can Sugar Free get another pulse bomb? He's got 2 seconds left. Yes, he does. He gets the stick. Oh, Sugar Free. That was like a pixel away from transforming back into Echo. Manages to get the second pulse bomb online and kills Ultraviolet. Oh, that copy from Spectra just too late. The double tracer. You know, you were like, oh, I don't like it that much, and then Sugar Free shows you up a little bit there, Johnny.
Oh, like you said, shades of 2016 before we had, you know, limiting to one hero. I mean, double Tracer, double Winston, good times indeed. But now, Vancouver Titans looking to hold here on point B instead.
Yeah, Sugar Free changing over to Sombra now, steering away of the Echo. He was getting almost deleted every time he took flight by Ultraviolet, to be fair, but just the
Bio.
ability to hack away health packs is so important here. Good bio grenade. Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
Crimzo is just such a good Honor player.
Oh, yeah. He's been a great Honor player for a long time as well.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
Even dating back to like when he was on the NB, you know, Dallas Fuel's academy team, and then getting promoted to Dallas Fuel, the decay stuff going down. But now he's here on the Vancouver Titans and like making a name for himself. It's a solid roster and he's performing well.
Yeah. Very consistent. That's what you need right now. If you're the Vancouver Titans, you're sitting 4-4, right? Just that is consistency.
Oh yeah.
In the board, but you need to just steal away some extra wins. Luge tries to get in on the back line. Punk with the Primal Rage, but Heesang is already dead in the kill feed from across the map. Rally for opener, gets slept. Another huge anti, this time from Ultraviolet. Crimzo, Punk, and Faith in trouble. Faith gets pushed away, can't provide that overhealth for the rest of the team now as that payload is pushing towards that second point. Kaluge, Spectra, Ultraviolet, they all have ults. And with Punk going down, this second point is surely theirs. There it is, a quick TP back to that last point now. You see Faith running back into the spawn, Johnny. Pressing the interact key. Thank God that's a thing. You don't get staggered for ages anymore.
Yeah, it's a nice little change. It's a nice little change.
Very nice. Feels good.
Toronto Defiant looking comfortable here. They have 3 ults up and running.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just take it here. Vancouver Titans, though, with an EMP, so they could put a halt to this when Sugar Free rounds this corner.
Got a spy check there. Just like Sugar Free is chilling. Oh, maybe a PP, maybe a little pause. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that is
something happened there.
A little unfortunate.
That's rough. Yeah.
We got the first-hand experience of that happening as well. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was him, just his silhouette through the wall. Where'd he go?
Yeah.
What's happening? It looked like he got spy checked, and then obviously Tracer's like, oh wait,
Blood is standing
hang
still.
on a second. You're not going to think twice.
No, I mean, if you're the Toronto Defiant, you're not thinking like, oh, I'm gonna let him go. No, of course not.
No, he might
go in
score
there.
on his keyboard. Yeah, exactly.
That would be a sick move, though, if you pretend to be disconnected.
No, come on. That's like mind game on top of mind game. There's no way.
Oh, come on. I'm a Reinhardt player. That's how I live. That's how I live, you know? Counter shatter when you're dropping the shield and whatever my shatter.
You're going to pretend you're DC'd.
Look, it was a strat when I was a teenager playing other games, all right?
Really? And that worked? You're telling me that worked? You pretend, oh, guys,
yeah, because, you know, they would... Okay, we should move on.
There's no honor
like
in online video games. Is someone DC'd? Okay, time to go even harder. Let's go eliminate him.
I'm just saying, it was a strat. It was a strat, okay? It's not as good in the Overwatch League, but it was a strat.
It's not as good.
Someone in the YouTube chat is like, yeah, I've done that.
I've done that.
When we had like LANs when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I believe you, Johnny. I believe you. I didn't use it.
But that was not what Sugar Free was trying to do here.
No, I think he just disconnected or like keyboard or like mouse or something. We're going to get into game in just a moment. Just quickly fixing up the issue that Sugar Free had. And we'll get back into it. 3rd point push though for Toronto.
Yeah. And they're looking good. Like I said, I mean, I think it's so interesting to see how some of these players have developed their Winston game, because both Punk and Kaluge, I mean, they were primarily off-tank players in the 6 versus 6 Overwatch 1 format, right? But even Kaluge, we saw that he played a lot for the Shock in the playoffs, but then come the grand finals, it was actually Mikey that saw most of the Winston playtime, right? And part of that was Kaluge was sitting back a little bit more, just waiting to leap in and taking his time. But now I think when we're seeing this dive meta, we're seeing the Echo, we're seeing the Tracer, we're seeing the Sombra. Both Punk and Kaluge, I think we've seen more of their aggressive instincts really come to fruition. Yep. And I mean, that is from spectating the likes of Smurf, spectating Fearless. Okay, what are these elite Winston players doing that I'm not doing? And I think we're seeing some of these aggressive tendencies now from these tank players who have developed their craft here on the Winston.
Yeah, I want to see how Toronto Defiant as well. after these roster changes are going to improve over the next few months, or are they going to still kind of run into the same issues? They're looking clean right now. It's just up from here. I mean, there was a fantastic bit of content actually that Toronto Defiant put out on their YouTube channel the other day, and it was just it was a classic like behind the scenes during the games, after the games, like how they were feeling and how they were kind of reacting to things, and it really did show like it has been quite frustrating for a lot of Toronto Defiant players because they came in and a few of them even said in the interviews like, you know, we're expected to do better. We know we can do better, but it's just not working right now, and it is frustrating, and it's there was a lot of like, it did feel like a very emotional piece, but it really gave a nice look into what happens behind the scenes, and I thought it was really intriguing.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been in that position too, like when you are underperforming and you're like, okay, well, how do I get better from here? Like, how do we perform better from here? And it's hard because you don't really have a carved path. You don't really have like a goal towards working. You're sort of trying stuff out, right? So Toronto Defiant, they instead opted to change things around, picked up two new players, but it's working its magic here in their first matchup against the Vancouver Titans in the summer stage.
Yeah, we should be jumping back in just a moment. I'm getting word that the problem has been fixed, so Sugar Free should be all good to rock and roll. They did it. I do believe Sugar Free had EMP as well. In fact, I'm going to bait you real quick. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. We're going to jump to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're just making sure everything is lined up and good to go. We'll see you in a sec. All right, we are back, getting into game in just a moment. Had to make sure Sugar Free and the rest of the lobby was good to go.
Third point. Eichenwalde, that's where we are. Sugar Free had an EMP up before he died. We'll see where we come out on that. But also the Toronto Defiant had 3 ultimates of their own. So a crucial fight here. And there you go.
There we go.
They're cleaning house.
Yep, unfortunately Sugar Free DC'd at the very end, and yeah, he is dead. But
they have ults, they can make a grandstand here.
They did save EMP. It's all good. Gotta get Kalush out of this spawn door though, that's for sure. Offensive nade there from Crimzo, sorry. Didn't quite hit Kalush. He does end up getting hacked, but look at that damage. He has to back up even after that Primal Rage. Nano boost on to Opener, who's just camping on the point right now. Set up a tent. A copy from Spectra. But that rally would have been pretty easy to earn if he didn't get stuck.
He sang.
Opener, Hydron dead, and he killed the copy. Feels good. Defense,
hey, he has these moments. He has these moments where you're like, okay, I mean, coming into this year, we were like, he sang Rookie of the Year, but he struggled on the San Francisco Shock, 3 and 5 in the spring stage, but now a chance to redeem himself on the Vancouver Titans, and his Tracer's looking pretty good.
Pretty good indeed. Oh, nice anti from Crimzo.
Again.
Consistency is key. Kalush is 1 HP. He's all good. Reset. Go again. Hydron doesn't want to waste that recall, so he's just going to wait until he gets healed. Dodges out on that hack too. They kind of know where Sugar Free is, at least for the time being.
Okay.
Oh, an aggressive pulse on Heesang. Little ego pulse there on the enemy Tracer. Doesn't end up landing or working out at all. Spectre dives to his own backline because he needs some help and fast. Punk Primal Rage into the back, slept. Oh, it needs anti too. no chance for survival. That rally from opener was happening that entire time, so everybody had that overhealth. So it was very unlikely that Punk was going to kill somebody even after he woke up. However, the Vancouver Titans have bought themselves a lot of time here to earn some ults. There's the rally, EMP, and the pulse bomb. EMP hits, it hits one, but it's good. Kalush goes down, and EMP straight into a bionic grenade. 20 seconds to go. Johnny. Crypto does go down, and both Arnas yelling out that nano.
Don't C9 here.
They do need to touch. Well, I mean, Hydron dead. I mean, C9ing Johnny, like 14 seconds. I mean, Toronto Defiant needs to get back. They've only got that dupe. They should be able to get at least a touch.
They should, yeah. See if Spectra can get any value here.
Really early rally for Faith. You want to get that online ASAP. Bionade on Ultraviolet, and then Kalush is having the worst possible time. And he's like, again, he gets slept, but his job is already done. He has closed up shop after getting that double kill. Toronto Defiant halted just before that third.
That was an epic stand. I mean, considering, like, it looked really bad. Sugar Free goes down before that pause, of course, and then you come out with 3 ultimates and Toronto Defiant. I mean, they're rolling, but that was a pretty epic stand there with the help of Eichenwalde, with the Tracer, of course, hitting some nice pulse bombs. EMP comes out from Sugar Free to delete Kalush. So nicely done by the Vancouver Titans. Nice recovery there. And now you can utilize that for your own attack. Like saying, hey, we have a chance on this map. Let's go, guys, you know?
Yeah.
Get past point A and point B, and we're almost there.
It's the last round, yeah. We don't need to go to another round, no worries. It's pretty much at the last checkpoint, so capping will do. Yeah, I would imagine they're going to roll out on the same thing. I can't imagine they're going to change anything up here. No, defense is going to be, it's just going to be Echo.
Is this bait? The Ramatra Tracer Echo? All right.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, no Winston then. All right. No Winston.
I mean, if you want to play your own side of the pillar, right? If you want to play around the payload, the targets are going to be around the payload. So you can just punch however much you want. And we're seeing the Vancouver Titans actually swap over to Armatra of their own, with Sugar Free on the Widowmaker. He's obviously going to, you know, grapple out of spawn, try to hit a pot shot. And then the Faith damage boost to go with.
Yeah.
More pick potential.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of require the damage boost if you hit in long range shots now.
Yeah, for sure.
So
he's like with the Ash as well.
Oh, he just goes for the little roof peak. He doesn't go all the way over to try.
I mean, the Echo could have been there.
Yeah, I guess that's what he was kind of chilling, looking for.
Yeah.
All right, Winston for the Vancouver Titans. Faith on the Mercy still. Okay.
Yeah.
Little Mercy pocketing Sugar Free.
We've seen this a few times.
Is Punk kind of... I wonder if Punk's kind of deciding right now, because he's not taking too much space.
Building the nano, probably.
Yeah,
taking some damage.
Waiting for that nano to come online. Oh, Spectra. Cheeky. Oh,
wow.
That's a one-shot.
Nicely done.
That's a one-shot.
That's crazy.
There's no way you're saving yourself. Even with a bionic grenade, that laser's just going to melt your health bar.
Yeah, that was really well done.
This is the problem with Mercy, right? Is that Crimzo is not going to get any pocket. It's not going to get any help. There's no Brig right next to him to flail, bash, throw packs. I mean, look at Faith and Sugar Free's positioning. They're on the castle.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Hydron, like, I'm keeping him in my thoughts all the time. Just like, okay, I can't go for Crimso. The Vancouver Titans, they're just betting on Sugar Free finding these picks with a damage boost. They need to go in and find a pick here.
So those tri-shots coming out from Sugar Free with that damage boost, almost 2 hits.
Uh-oh.
Ultraviolet. Good picks. Lijiang.
Traded.
Man, this guy with these pulse bombs, kind of nutty actually. Now the Vancouver Titans are coming alive. Hydron with the pulse onto Faith. Not sure where he was, maybe on the ground? Not 100%. What I do know is the Titans are winning this fight quite easily at this point. Sugar Free with a duplicate in 2%. Very nice targets to duplicate in this comp as well. You can duplicate Kalush, that's a quick annihilation. Are they going to be able to touch? No, they are not. Point unlocked for the Titans now.
Interesting how this meta plays out on point A, where you're so confident that if you find a pick or two, like you can pretty much snowball that into a cap, right? And we saw the Vancouver Titans do just that. So they get the payload rolling. Now they have a nano boost of their own. Sugar Free with the duplication, so opportunity here to really push the tempo on point B. But Kalush, interestingly, has built this annihilation on Ramatra. Now the question is just, how do you get value? You pretty much have to run at the Brig, right? Because everyone else can escape.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he's kind of doing right now. He's getting hard-pocketed by Ultraviolet. He's got the nano if he really
in
needs
there.
to use it. I mean, he's trying. Anti-naded, slept. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Has to pop the annihilation to get the armor refresh too. There's a bionic grenade to heal him up to full. They forced an ult out. They killed Hydron. It's
This
a
is
good
still
start
winnable, though.
for the Vancouver Titans. They do end up nanoing Kalush, but another two-man anti from Crimzo. Pulse bomb, narrowly missing. Heesang has to back away. Vancouver Titans just, they're taking inches right now, and it's turning into miles, Johnny.
It is turning into miles indeed. Just utilizing the nano boost and the pulse bomb there as well. You're pushing here with the Primal.
Good Primal.
Can he find a pick?
Punk. Primal. Oh, no, he's left. Should be fine, at least for the time being. Oh, those sticky orbs. He's good. Does make out alive somehow. Sugar Free with the duplication on the Ana. Use the nade, use the sleep already, but he will end up getting healed up. Can he find any damage or?
With this bio. If he finds a bio here, that'd be huge.
Yeah. Free nano potentially. 10% away. Doesn't end up getting it. And actually, it's Crimson that falls. Same with Faith. This dive for the Toronto Defiant is so clean. Oh, good sleep. Go on, Spectra. Show him what it's got.
They're kind of trading here. Duplication coming in from Toronto. And they're going to clean up.
Spectra and Heesang, both two new additions to Toronto Defiant and the Vancouver Titans. Picking up big numbers.
But that's like the third time that I've seen Punk Primal aggressively and not really get any value for it. And because it goes into the backline, right? Ultraviolet is going to find that biotic grenade onto Punk, and you lose so much fight momentum when you dive in that aggressively and you can't find value. So Titans on their back foot when they go for these aggressive Winston dives. I want to see Punk maybe take it a bit easier with his Primals.
Oh, he's going to take positioning on the little rafters there. Just kind of tickle away at the supports. There's the rally. Faye tried to go for the bash on Kalush, but he didn't end up connecting, but it doesn't matter. That Punk bubble there was just pivotal in finding that kill. Just separating the healers from Kalush. Not much he could do. Aggressive Crimzo takes care of both Opener and Ultraviolet. And now the Vancouver Titans, they have 3.5 minutes in the castle phase, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, they're fragging out of control. This is clean as you like. I mean, he confidently takes point A with a few picks from Sugar Free. Here again, they've been pretty much rolling point B, right? They lost like one fight, but apart from that, they've been getting ultimate value. Now they have a non-boost. Sugar Free is building this EMP, and they're going to rapidly finish off this map. Unless the Toronto Defiant can find some picks here with their nano-boost.
She's done it once, and they do it again. But nano of their own. Oh, Heesang just...
Wow.
And a diffs Hydra on there, and the Tracer 1v1. There it is, the EMP is a solo. Oh, it's a two-man, sorry. Got Spectra and Kalush. Kalush nanoed. He's primaling. And then he was asleep. But yeah, still kills Crimzo, though. So that is really the kill that matters if you're the Toronto Defiant right now. Oh, my God. How is Kalush surviving this? Strong backline.
Good healers.
Yeah. Opener and Ultraviolet keeping him up.
And Opener's going to build this rally as well. So something you can sort of lean on, feel confident with. But both teams playing some pretty solid dive, trading back and forth.
I mean, Sugar Free ideally just needs the EMP, right?
Yeah, I mean, you need to land those crucial EMPs. Punk's aggressive again.
Spectra forced to copy. Copies the Sombra of all things. A free EMP on the cards. Punk going in. Scott Primal. He should be good to survive. But the rally is just too good from Opener. It's so much overhealth. The EMP does end up landing as Ultraviolet and Hydron do get anti from the backline. And with Kalush dead, and with 2 minutes to go, the Vancouver Titans in a prime position to actually take this fight.
Rally comes out there again from Faith. They're holding this payload for now. Toronto Defiant, how can they counter this fight?
Second bio that lands in, but a 3-man EMP from Sugar Free. That'll seal the deal. Vancouver Titans, even despite the pause, a bit of a momentum killer in that map. They tie the Battle of Canada up 1-1.
Ooh. It's been a nail-biter so far. Both teams trading blows back and forth, but Vancouver Titans looking pretty crisp here on that Winston composition. It's a great biotic grenade from Crimzo to sort of kickstart the dive. Punk, no hesitation, goes in. Primal Rage as well to just push the tempo further. And the Toronto Defiant, they can't find a way to claw themselves back into these fights. Sugar Free, he had some hit and miss EMPs, but that final EMP really, you know, cherry on top, hammer it home. It's been looking good for the Titans as well. So Toronto Defiant and both Vancouver. I mean, this is good gameplay, Jaws.
Good
dare
gameplay.
I say, without people, you know, getting back at me. I think it's been looking pretty good.
It's been looking pretty good.
Pretty good.
I like that pulse.
Entertaining.
That's true. I mean, that stick was crazy.
Yeah.
Right at the very end, he was like 0.1 second before he transformed back into Echo. He still ends up getting the pulse.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about Heesang as well?
Yeah, Heesang has been just exceptional in the Tracer.
After being doubted in the spring stage, perhaps.
Honestly.
I mean, you're playing next to Proper, and people are like, oh, they're going to be this amazing duo. Well, Heesang struggled in the spring stage a little bit, but he's come alive here in this series here against Toronto Defiant.
Yeah, Watchpoint Gibraltar up next. All tied up here. Could go to a map number 5. We'll see you after this. Spectra and Opener coming in. You can see the full lineup that's playing today. No pictures of them, sadly, yet. But we got them on cams, which is the most important thing.
Soon.
Yeah.
Spectra on the Echo as well. Something we've seen him on before. Not here in the Overwatch League, but he's been looking pretty good on the Echo so far. Opener. Almost, like, I feel like he's a veteran, even though he's just been, you know, in and out a few times. Like, he's been around, you know, Washington Justice Days and so forth, and then the Vancouver Titans with Lijiang as well.
Yeah, Lijiang looked good on the Tracer.
Good debut really for this new team of his.
Yeah, I mean, Sugar Free, it was like double traces, and then it's like, well, he's got a pulse. Oh, okay, Sugar Free's just carrying now. Like,
yeah,
that was crazy. Definitely one of his better heroes, and if you can dupe it as Echo, like, hey, and you get free pulse bombs like that, if you're feeling pretty good if you're Sugar Free. Feeling pretty good. We're going to Watch Point Gibraltar next.
This is going to be interesting, Jack.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we'll learn a lot about the Lijiang Sugar Free duo going into this one.
Okay.
Because I'm expecting Hydron to come out on the Widowmaker, perhaps, try to hit some shots. We've seen a couple of teams bring out the Widowmaker here. It's certainly an option if you want to. You know, and, you know, of course, it's Gibraltar. We're seeing Widowmakers. But some of these old Overwatch League teams have actually preferred to just stick to the Tracer, Sombra, Dive and just play Gibraltar that way. But Hydron can come out on the Widowmaker. But what are the Titans going to do? Are they going to have that long-range sniper threat? Or are they just going to go the dive route, so to speak?
Feels like they probably want to go just Tracer, Sombra.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah. I mean, Hydron can play Widow. We saw a little bit of Kai Widow.
Yeah, no, I think we might see Hydron Widow. But I'm not sure about Sugar Free and Lijiang. There you go.
We'll have to wait and see. Defense, though, for Toronto. What are they running? What are they rocking? Yep, all right. Kaluge wins it. Spectra and Hydron on the Echo and the Tracer.
Oh, stick to the Roadhog. Come on, wasn't it the Florida Mayhem who rolled out with that last year?
They did.
The Roadhog on Florida Mayhem last year? And they were like, yeah, you know, it worked in scrims.
It worked, it worked in scrims. This Hog just gets permanently naded. You know, sometimes I have a small suspicion that when it, like, works in scrims, like, the person that they're scrimming against is like, whoa, that Hog is so good. No way. No way it's popping off, like, accidentally getting hooked and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god. And then they play it officials and they just get rolled. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, maybe they were trolling us in scrims.
I don't have a degree in psychology, so I'm just going to say some dumb things right now.
Okay, I like
that.
But
I feel like it's also so, like, team and player dependent. Like, if you're bringing out a cheese strat, it's not like it really depends on the opponent, like how smart they are. Like how cerebral they are when it comes to their, like, game IQ and, like, okay, well, how do we adapt to this in the moment?
Yeah.
Like, that is a skill. To adapt in the moment is a special skill, and it's not like, you know, playing aim trainer and teaching up, you know, bringing up your mechanics. Like, it's way harder to practice your game IQ and, like, figuring out these stuff, right? So how do you adapt to a Roadhog on the spot? It might work versus some opponents, and then against others, like, they're just gonna figure that out right away.
Oh, these are stats from last map as Tracer. Hydron and Lijiang, with Lijiang just
57%?
Lijiang getting the better of Hydron there, and the Tracer 1v1. That is nutty. Low deaths, high pulse bomb attach rate, pulse bomb kills. They're equal, which is crazy. So Hydron's hitting those floor pulses, but still getting value, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lijiang just dominating Hydron there. Looks like we're going to jump back in. It was a brief pause by Toronto Defiant there, but all good.
Delayed gratification. Have you heard about it?
No.
That's why we get the pauses.
Okay. I don't think that's true. Also, what your game?
No, I just made it up. Sorry, Jack. I just make a lot of things up. Okay?
Yeah, clearly. Okay. What's your game IQ, Johnny? Is that made up?
Well, I mean, that depends. Like, what or is it a measurable scale, the same as regular IQ?
Well, you made the term like 10 seconds.
I don't know. Like, look, I'm so dumb. I don't even know if emotional IQ is on the same, like, spectrum as regular brain IQ, intelligence.
I have no idea. What is blood?
He rolled out with the Roadhog. He rolled out with the Roadhog.
He did, but he's got a cheeky smile on his face, but unfortunately it doesn't mean to switch back to win.
Oh, he couldn't find the pick.
There we go. Oh, that's what we should have next. A game IQ measurer. Measure it like a graph.
There you go. Overwatch League social media. Get on it. Get on it. I take it. I share my results publicly.
There you go. All right, it looks like it's going to be a mirror. The Echo Tracer. Can Hydron get the better? He's saying this match.
Some poking back and forth. Regular wins in gameplay. Can't really find a pick here, just trying to push the card up a little bit.
Yeah, it's just all about positioning at the very start of this. Get your Ana in the back lines. Ideally, Ultraviolet just kind of chills on blue box for a little while, but Punk is going to make that rather difficult.
Ultraviolet is building this Nano way faster, by the way.
Yeah, 56 to 86 on Ultraviolet's side. Going to be able to go pretty quickly. They're in a decent spot now. The car is in the car wash. Just about to come out. Just got his tyres cleaned up.
Faith, down on the payload.
Actually, that's good sleep. Honestly, you take that. He sled, Nano Boost goes in, but it's actually on Spectra, it's not on Kalush. Oh, he sang. Get on to Ultraviolet. Spectra evens it up. That Nano Boosted beam doing a lot. Wow, wow, wow.
Heesang is out of control. Like, if you can hit these pulse bombs reliably, like, what a big boon that is for your team, and he's doing that just now, finding opening picks. And they're going to cap point A because of as a result of it.
Well, I mean, Ultraviolet is back.
Unless
2.5 meters to go. Spawn points are pretty close. Heesang and Sugar Free are low. Hydron maybe looking for, oh, another pulse. Tries to go for Heesang again, but it doesn't land. Sugar Free with a dupe onto the Tracer. There's two Tracers hanging around Ultraviolet. How do you survive against one, let alone two? Oh, the pulse bomb flung out. Sugar Free more than happy to copy that pick. And there you go. There is point A, Johnny.
It's so disgusting.
It really is.
It's so disgusting. It's so good against literally everything as well. You have two Tracers in your face, like, what do you do?
Stop it. Ultraviolet lived for an impressive amount of time against the double Tracer dive.
He tried. He tried. Pretty good positioning here from the Titans. They can keep rolling here.
And indeed. Heesang's got another pulse. Ultraviolet, wow, super low already. He's going to need a pack. I just want to know where Heesang is, man, to be honest with you. Punk with the primal. Kalush with the same, but he's activated this pretty early. He's more using it as a deterrent right now. Move people off the spaceship. Free ult charge for Ultraviolet, healing up that primal Winston health bar. Now he's going to try and make another dive. Spectra with a duplication, might have to do it. I think he was trying to 180 and then duplicate Punk there, but he was a little bit too late on the Q key.
They push so fast here, Jack. I mean, Hydron's going to find a pick, but like...
Is it enough? I don't think it is. I mean, look at Opener's positioning. He's dead. 3 minutes. Maybe Hydron touches. Maybe
you can't get no supports. Like, you don't have any supports here. I mean, Hydron's going to go in for it, but like, how do you survive here?
There's the recall, there's the do. Spectra copying the Ana, but I mean, you can't get ult quick enough. Plus, you haven't really got a lot of health to put yourself on the points. The Nano onto the point. Spectra with a beautiful amount of damage. Can he kill the Winston? Yes, he can. Almost solos the Winston. And now diving into the back line. Spectra kills 1, 2, 3, maybe 2. Then the bash. Oh, the rally is too good from Faith. I mean, good luck taking down that many people, but he bought his team enough time to get back onto the points with no support. Spectra only needed the Nano to stabilize the fight.
That's crazy. He duplicates the Ana because they don't have any supports, and they stay alive and are holding for now.
Speaking of now dupes, there's another one. Sugar Free duplicated and landed a double bio grenade on Hydron and Ultraviolet, taking care of UV, and now the slow but sure push onto this second point. Nano onto Faith. It was only a matter of time. Just the old disadvantage there. The Toronto Defiant couldn't hold on.
I respect it. I respect the hold. That was sick. Spectra with some nice echo plays, but it's going to be the Vancouver Titans capping point. Okay, C9 in the chat from Krim, so he would type C9. He would.
He's that kind of guy.
Yeah. And also keep in mind here now, point C, with Gibraltar being adjusted a little bit, right? Because of a few changes here. So. New piece on the map.
Is Hydron going to go for another pulse onto Heesang? That is the question. I mean, that's potentially why his pulse bomb hit rate is so low. I mean, if Heesang sticks in there, he knows health pack's coming up in a moment. Looks like he's won this duel. There's a pulse onto Kalush. Was anti, but manages to get back and healed up rather swiftly. Stick from Hydron onto a tank. Oh, but Punk, again, healed up. Wasn't low enough to get the insta-kill. As soon as that stick goes down, you're going to want to nade your tank and then just follow up with a lot of healing. That's exactly what Crimzo did. Nano boost onto Spectra again. Those sticky bombs in the air. Sugar Free stood at no chance of surviving that. And there's the hole.
Great bio. Yeah, Toronto cleaning house. This is where it gets so difficult, Jaws. I mean, name me points in the Overwatch that is harder to cap out than point C Gibraltar. Like, it can get pretty tedious here. Vancouver Titans, they're going to build up 3 ultimates. Sugar Free almost has a duplicate as well. So they have the ultimate to go here, but you need to find a nice engage, and that's going to be tough when Toronto Defiant themselves, they have ultimate to go aggressive if they want to, deep into the backline.
Spectra, they not too many flank routes here. All the sticky bombs, 40 HP, needs a little help, 5 HP, needs a little help. Spectra needs some help, opened it way too late. Tried to go for the rescue, couldn't quite make it happen. A pulse bomb onto the shield of Open, he puts it in the wall so it does no damage to him. And he's hitting the rally anyway. That would have been a disastrous kill for the Toronto Defiant. And Primal Rage, double monkey on the field, and a Primal Rage kill for Sugar Free. And now is his time to shine. Another duplication from Spectra. It goes to the Ana, a pretty big pickup, but he was just so low. It was more of a survival tactic than anything else. The Vancouver Titans with still a lot of time in their time bank to push on to this third point. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Lijiang clears Hydron out of the spawn doors. Ultraviolet with a good sleep onto Punk, but he is so low. And with a minute and 17 seconds, Crimzo smacks the C9 in chat. He's got that on a bind, I swear. Toronto Defiant, not able to hold on. Decent amount of time on Gibraltar as well, Johnny, especially with the new spawn points. Like you said before, very hard point to cap, and even harder with how good the spawns are now to the defenders.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really costly mistake by Spectra, dying like that on the flank, right? And like I said, they were looking for that opening, they were looking to go aggressively with all the ultimates that Toronto Defiant had built up, but being caught on the flank like that, Vancouver Titans chase him down. Now you're in a 5 versus 4 situation, and Vancouver Titans had 5 ultimates up. That is exactly what you need if you are the Vancouver Titans. You need someone on the Toronto Defiant to mess up in that situation. And Spectra did that in the very first fight at the end of point C. That is very much something that can win Vancouver Titans the map, honestly, because it is hard. It is difficult to cap out here on Gibraltar.
Yeah, I mean, it's still difficult on point B, regardless of the changes. Still a tough point to assail, because you're still going through the doors on the lower, and you're still looking up at high ground. It's a bit easier now, because those doors aren't as small, and there's easier routes to high ground on the left and right-hand side, but, man, still rough. Still a defensive-sided map, or at least on a couple of the points. Same comps, though, for Vancouver Titans. I can imagine we're just going to see this. For most maps, it's going to be the mirror, and then maybe switching over to the Ramatra with more of a close quarters affair, but...
Bionade, something to
Sticky
this.
bomb,
Symmetra coming out, alright,
down
there
to
we
the
go.
ground. Okay.
You're welcome, Sports.
You're welcome, support.
Yeah, I mean, he teleported them to the other side. That's nice of him.
Yeah, I guess so. Took half a second of his day to get the supports over to a better spot.
Still appreciate that. Appreciate the effort.
Lijiang was solo, not scared. Didn't want to hit the recall, trusted in his backline to heal him up.
I mean, Vancouver Titans has no chill. Like, if they see an opening, Punk hasn't hesitated to go in and go aggressively. And I kind of love that, but sometimes it's going to result in pretty unfortunate events, right? Punk now dropping down, just doing a little bit of poking. Trying to build this nano, of course.
To be Crimzo, to be sitting on top of that blue box, free firing down the backline without a fear of a dive. It's a dream, honestly. Here's the dive in from Kalush, already half HP before he even does any damage. Defensive nade from Crimzo, but he's earned himself a nano so fast. 90% that damage plus the healing onto Punk. Should be able to take control of high ground pretty quickly. There's the nano, it's on Sugar Free, it's not on Punk, of all people. Trying to hit those tri-shots onto Kalush. He's just shooting bubbles right now. Unfortunately, that nano, not what they really desired.
Lijiang, you're up next with the pulse. Can you find a pick with the ult? That's what we're looking for
right now. I think he's in server. Oh no, he's down lower. Just keeping Hydron honest on the payload. Oh, Pulse versus Pulse. A little 1v1. Go on, get the stick. No, not right now. There's the dive. Hydron and Kalush had other ideas as he gets nanoed into the back. He's got a nice little whip shot to big in that one off, and a sleep to follow that one up too. This backline for the Vancouver Titans is so good. And then he's saying with a pulse, Johnny, you called it correctly. But Spectra and Kalush, they get up. I mean, Lijiang's got this pick.
Primal,
and there he's going to be duplicated. There's a lot of survivability on the Vancouver Titans roster right now with the Primal and the duplication. And with Opener dead, I mean, you're looking pretty rough right now if you're Kalush and Hydron. Sugar Free's more than happy to go aggressive because he can just transform back into Echo. And despite this very aggressive dive from Toronto Defiant, finding the backline of Titans, like, Vancouver Titans, very scrappy, and we're able to win that out.
And again, with no supports, I mean, both Faith and Crimzo are down in that very moment, and Punk commits with the Primal Rage, Sugar Free commits, duplicating the Tracer, and they just go in and get it done. So very impressive play there by the Vancouver Titans. holding on for now, but Toronto Defiant, they have 3 ults of their own, and they're looking to push the pressure here.
Oh, there's the stick. Hydron does manage to get Punk, but Punk gets away to it. The rest of his team, he's so low that overhill couldn't build quick enough. That rally in the corner, I don't think it's any chance for Crimzo and Face to survive here. Hydron just filling them with lead right now, but he's actually just going to touch the point as he knows Kaluj and Spectra have enough damage to kill them. Crimzo, luckily enough though, Crimzo didn't throw out that nano.
He could have easily thrown out that
Yeah, we're in and backed into a corner, right? I'm going to nano Faith, that's a lot of damage.
And
but
with the rally out.
Yeah.
But instead, the wiser option, keeping it. And now you can engage on top of this little aircraft here with the nano on the Punk maybe. Or Spectra, or Sugar Free.
Oh, good sleep. Good sleep. Little nade, little sleep, little primal. Or a big primal, perhaps.
This is spooky.
As he's isolated Faith. Oh, Faith is healing. Someone help him. Does use the bash to get away. Straight past Kaluj, just slips past him. There's the nano onto Sugar Free. Oh, the sticky bombs. Oh, he didn't quite get it. What a sleep! What a sleep from UV! And Sugar Free gets taken out by Spectra, who gets the nano of his own. Just firing up into the high ground, waiting for those jets to get back up. Fair amount of damage. Oh, he has to dupe.
It's not going to work out. Just there for Spectra, but you know, both these teams like really brawling. I mean, this is back and forth, just looking for picks. Kaluj contesting here while Punk is in the backline of Defiant. It's just both teams trading back and forth. Very chaotic gameplay.
Lijiang and Hydra, they've almost both got pulse again. We're not going to get the 1v1 really want, but just about payload presence right now for Lijiang. He knows he can just triple blink, get a pulse at any one point. Ana on the high ground. It's what you really want to see if you're Echo. Just these aggressive jumping into the back line, but Lijiang. I mean, Spectra is trying his darndest right now to get this back line, but they are just made of adamantium, unobtainium, every single kind of metal. There's nothing that Faith and Crimzo can't deal with. It took so much to kill Crimzo there. You got me. Oh, you got me, guys. Don't worry, Lijiang kills 6. Like,
they didn't even use support ultimates.
I know.
I mean, how do you break this? You got a minute 30 to go, and now you have to break double support ultimate and a primal rage. Lijiang with the pulse bomb again. This Vancouver Titans dive is looking good on the defense.
1 minute and 25 seconds, Johnny, to go. Lijiang still with that pulse. Oh, hello, Hydra. That's good.
No, Sugar Free.
There it is. Good sticky bombs. No sleep can be found this time around. Sugar Free outwitting Ultraviolet there. And you got to go again if you're Defiant. You have to back off. You cannot lose any more people. Sugar Free to just poke away in the high ground.
So at least you got the nano boost out. I mean, of course, it was used aggressively onto Sugar Free, but still, no nano boost to worry about now for the Toronto Defiant. You have 2 support ultimates of your own. You have Kaluj with the primal, which means that he can commit super deep, and you don't have to worry about your limitations as much. This could open up the space for Defiant to push in on point B.
Well, there's the nano. They're trying to go into high ground again. Kaluj finally taken down. That rally from Faith was good. The shield placement was decent, but it was unfortunate that he didn't end up falling.
Triple bionic.
Now Faith is in the backline. That triple bionic grenade from Ultraviolet. This could seal the deal, and they need it to. I think Hydron's touching the point right now, and it was actually Punk who was, again, just inserting himself into the backline, inserting himself into the conversation, but had to go back to the point, as his backline just wasn't able to stand up to the might of a Nano Spectra. 1 minute and 40 seconds, still an upwards hill battle you're fighting if you're Toronto.
Oh yeah, the pressure is on now.
You're not getting more time.
A minute 30 to close out here, it's tough, Jaws, it's tough. It's very tough. Toronto Defiant, Spectra has to this duplicate, Hydron has the pulse bomb, and this is where you need to come out clutch. There's no nano boost, there's no rally, so Vancouver Titans supports no way to protect themselves from a pulse bomb at this moment, but Lijiang is just dealing so much damage in this Tracer matchup that Hydron doesn't really find the space he needs to work these angles.
Pretty tough. All Vancouver Titans now need to do is hold on. Hydron. Oh,
always a nuisance, Lijiang.
Always. Right, both Echoes dead. 4 on 4. Honest Overwatch. There you go. There's the pulse. Lands on the floor. Little missing, but Crimzo gets handy. Nice little tracker on his head. Hydron takes one down. Spawn position's pretty decent though, but Lijiang again with another pulse. No, Ultraviolet dead. No nano for the Toronto Defiants. And with the spawn positions, Crimzo's going to rejoin the fight in just a moment.
And that was the time for the Toronto Defiant. You have the nano, you have the primal rage, you have the positioning. you wanted to push the momentum there, but that huge pulse bomb from Lijiang pushes Defiant back. And this is going to be last fight territory. They need to make it happen right now.
Fire grenade. Okay, it's going to stop Kalush from going in. Nano boost onto Punk this time. Oh, they probably aren't expecting this. There's normally Sugar-Free, who's going to end up going down with a duplicate. Punk forcing the backline away. Can the rest of the Toronto Defiant push up forward now, knowing that the Punk has to back away? He's popped the Primal Rage. A doorkeeper right now, but he's just taking so much damage. He cannot like disrupt at all right now, and without that Primal, he's going to have to be rather cautious of jumping into the back. Speaking of which, Sugar-Free duplicates in, still manages to kill Opener of all people. Dupes on the Arda, again for Spectra. A lot of healing on the side of Toronto Defiant, and a good sleep. That overhealth is going to be decent, but that pulse bomb from Hydron is going to take out Sugar-Free, and now Spectra in trouble. The Toronto Defiant go down on Gibraltar. Match point for Titans.
Whew. We got some intense gameplay on our hands, Jaws, with these Echo and Tracer compositions. We're seeing Echoes duplicate into Anas, Biotic Grenades to open up the fights, Tracers trying to capitalize on top of it. Both teams going back and forth, but Vancouver Titans with some pretty solid point B defense. Point A even, 2 minutes 30 seconds shaved off on point A. I mean, it's pretty solid defense by the Vancouver Titans if they get the job done on Gibraltar. Now, going towards push, you gotta feel pretty good about yourself.
Oh yeah, you're feeling real good. Battle for Canada, firmly in favor of the Vancouver Titans right now with that hold on that last point against Toronto. Good stuff. And where do we expect to play? Esperanza, I believe, is the next map, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean,
same thing.
Will we see more of the Winston gameplay? That is the question. We saw Valiant roll out with some Junker Queen yesterday, for example, right? So there are options up your sleeve, unless if you don't feel confident in this Winston matchup. I mean, I think both tanks, both Kalush and Punk, maybe prefer different heroes, but it's certainly been going Vancouver Titans' way so far, much because of Lijiang's Tracer, to be honest. But also, I mean, everyone really stepping up to the plate. Crimso's Biotic Grenades, it's such a key player to have on your team.
That was a nice sleep by Ultraviolet.
It was.
Sugar-Free was trying to get the assassination. I mean, that stick also. To be fair to UV there, don't think he was going for UV. I think he was going for the Brig, but hey, you take those.
He'll tell you otherwise.
Lijiang looking clean, and you know, Toronto Defiant needs to step it up now. He needs to go to that map number 5, which will be Lijiang if they can win Esperanza. Titans, though, with 2 maps back to back. We're going to jump to a break. Map number 3, or 4, sorry. Up soon.
London Spitfire have done it! The San Francisco Shock! Back-to-back champion. The Shanghai Dragons Overwatch League champion! The Dallas Fuel take their place amongst the stars!
Witness the crowning of the Overwatch League champions live in Toronto. To be the best, you have to beat the best. Are you in?
Yo, I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
So in.
I'm in.
I'm definitely in.
Today, anything is possible.
They spit on the power rankings.
Let him cook.
This grand finals is going to be so fun to watch.
The Overwatch League Grand Finals live in Toronto, September 28th to October 1st.
Toronto Defiant watch party there. Pretty happy that we're going to Toronto, Johnny.
Yeah, that's them reacting to the grand finals announcement, of course, that we're going to Toronto for the playoffs. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a good time. Beautiful city as well. Went there for last year.
Yeah, you went. I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Rough. Sorry, Johnny.
I was back here in California, just seeing everyone pop off and, you know.
Trust me, Johnny, it was
Matt
a beautiful
with his high
city,
kicks
man.
and, you know.
It was a beautiful city, man.
Oh, I believe
I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, I can't wait
It's
to
going
go
to be a
there.
good time. It's going to be a good time. Lots of nice food, too. It's pretty good. Hopefully, we'll see you all there. But for now, the battle for Canada will continue. Vancouver Titans taking 2 maps back-to-back against Toronto Defiant, and they're 1 map away from taking the series. So we're going to Esperanza as our next map.
It's going to be a good one. Some opportunity for both teams to really swap away from these Winston Echo Tracer comps if they want to. It does seem like this is going to be the meta moving forward pretty strictly.
Yeah.
And there won't be a lot of option to move away from it, but Esperanza at least provides that opportunity. If you really do not want to play Winston, you can opt into, I don't know, maybe some Ramatra composition, Junker Queen if need be, but
Yeah.
there's a few options up your sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto Defiant, not strange to the Ramatra stuff. We saw that at the very beginning of the series
Oh, yeah.
on Antarctic Peninsula, so you're thinking maybe they go the Ram, but the Winston and dive, at least from Toronto, is just so good. I mean, not only that, not only the dive, but the ability to stay alive. I mean, Crimzo, we talked about how consistent he is, and he kind of always has been. He's been up there with the top Arna players. Him and Faith, just a dream team. In the background.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Vancouver Titans and Toronto Defiant to an extent, I think you're really happy with how this meta is settling, because Crimzo can play his signature hero, which is Ana. Faith on the Brig, statistically speaking, has been phenomenal.
One of the best.
Yeah, really good in the league so far. And Punk, you know, considering that he was an off-tank player a few years ago, he's really improved on the Winston. You know, I had some struggles early on in this series, but I do feel like they're pretty confident in this meta, and I think they're willing to opt into it. Toronto Defiant, on the other hand, you're down 2-1. Are you going to keep playing the same thing? And it's looking like they're going to roll out with the Winston Tracer Sombra for now.
Yep, looks like it. So no Echo, sadly, for you Echo fans out there.
It kind of makes sense on this map, especially because, like,
Yeah, it's
where do
quite
you
open.
hide?
Yeah.
There's so much, like, open space here, especially in the middle of the point. So, like, where do you really hide? You have one pillar to play around, but that might not be enough.
Yeah, a few nice health packs too to steal away. If you're the Sombras, that's always pretty nice. All right, let's see how they set up though. Looks like the Sombra's just kind of fighting in the middle. Who's really surprised there, just waiting for the first leap in after a manual hack. Or even just the Arnas kind of poking away at each other. Oh, Ultraviolet had to use nade. Oh, does Crimzo use nade? Yes, he does.
Poking and prodding.
The Arna duel from across the map. Who uses nade first?
Your one chance to really scope in and try to find some shots.
It's
Oh,
fun.
Crimzo.
Arna duels are really fun. He peeks that. Okay, I like it. I like it.
Doesn't want to use the nade.
Doesn't
Valuable cooldown.
Yeah, exactly. He knows Punk needs to go in rather soon, so doesn't really want to use it. Wait for that bubble to go down, maybe. A little nade under the bridge. Oh, it's Ultraviolet. Follow up. Not there, sadly. The Vancouver Titans. Does send Ultraviolet back, though. And Lijiang forces the recall out of Spectra, who's on the Tracer now, not Hydron. They've swapped roles.
Toronto, they're kind of cornered here as well, so... But
Nade,
onto
good
Faith.
nade.
That's an
There's the
opening.
follow-up. Flail, though, straight. Bonks Kaluge on his head. Has to get down from that high ground. So much damage. There's the nano boost. Ultraviolet's like 1% away from that nano, but can Punk get anything done before it comes out? No, he cannot. Defensive nano onto opener stops Punk from doing any meaningful damage.
EMP's coming up next, Joss.
It's the Nanos, then EMPs, or Lijiang's Pulse Bomb, and Spectra's Pulse Bomb too.
All the ultimates. It's really a battle for value. Both teams battling for value. Who can
There
get
it is, Ultraviolet. Oh my god, Ultraviolet. It's just molecules at this point. Pulse Bomb does land again. Lijiang putting his name on the board. Backline dead for Toronto Defiant. That bot not in control of anybody right now. Lijiang just playing around with it currently.
No recall for now.
Nah, he's good. He is good. I mean, they didn't lose their brig, so
All good.
get a free rally, and then Opener used his at the very end, so rally advantage now for the Titans.
And Toronto Defiant, they used their EMP, while Sugar Free did not. So now you're starting to get this push off, and you still have a rally. You still have a Primal Rage. You have the opportunity to EMP early if you want to, with no support ultimates for the Defiant, right? So this could be Vancouver Titans really kickstarting this map off with some momentum.
Oh, no lead taken. Spectre wants to stop that from happening. There's the EMP. There's a manual hack on a Punk, but it didn't matter. Speaking of manual hacks, another kill would be great.
No need to die further. Just sit back. Just get out.
Just chill.
Just chill. I mean, it's crucial that you don't let the enemy team get the capture here, right? So now Kalush has the Primal. This Primal could actually be a big key to get some space here onto the point. You want to dive up to the supports and maybe make some room for the rest of your team.
Oh, there's fun. He's out of disguise. He's good. Easy target hit. Winston jumping. Slowly but surely, there's Punk diving in. Short hop, doesn't go as far as he wants it, but it hits the Primal anyway. Sleep from Ultraviolet. Yeah, Punk, just presence. That's all he needed, really, in that situation, was just presence. Just keeping him at the doors. They are still gaining meterage here, Johnny.
They are. Hydron building that EMP. That could be the next ultimate for Toronto to really engage with.
Still doing it. Nano, Kalush, into the backline, post bomb. Lijiang. Does this guy miss?
It's unreal. He's having a sick game right now, Jaws, and it's really helping the Titans.
Well, they've lost Sugar Free sadly, and it was 6% towards that EMP. Speaking of which, there's one from the Defiant. 45 meters. A slow trickle of percentage on that cart. But Kalush dying late is not good.
No, I mean, there's no space, right? You don't have a Winston to really clear up the point for you, so Punk can just sit there, bobble around the bot, and they're gonna look to try to get this checkpoint. Toronto Defiant, what can they do to stop this cap?
Yeah, I mean, they've got EMP, right? They've got Titans have EMP, they can just EMP Ultraviolet if they really want to. Is he gonna do it? Yes, he is. Hits both Opener and UV.
Follow-up?
No follow-up to be
there.
had. And that checkpoint hasn't been completed either. Punk in a little bit of trouble, needs some serious care. No, even Spectra are paying attention to him now. You've got to stop Punk getting away with almost murder. And now they can maybe finally gain control of this robot, get it moving on their side, get that wall pushing. It's been an upward tilt struggle for Toronto Defiant, Johnny.
They have double support ultimates here, and they're staying alive. Rally comes out from Faith.
They are
now
still
you have the Nano
fighting
as well.
I mean, Punk's going to be back in just a moment.
Yeah.
That overhealth looking good, and Lijiang is basically free to triple blink if he wants to hit the pulse. He does. Kalush solo has to force the Primal, and now he's in the back. Not the most opportune Primal, even gets hacked, so free old charge for Lijiang. You can see him kind of chasing him down, but it's actually Spectra that finds the first kill of this engagement onto Punk.
And that's actually a huge pick as well, because Titans, they don't really have any ultimates here, and they don't have a Winston player as well, so Toronto Defiant, they're gonna keep pushing here. Pulse Bomb comes out onto Lijiang. Oh, give me a replay of that.
This is the turnaround.
And they're gonna keep pushing. They're still finding picks while they're pushing the bot.
There you go. Can they get this checkpoint? They might be able to, Johnny.
And they have the superior ult. This might be where Toronto Defiant snowball out of control here with the EMP and the Nano. Great opportunity for Defiant here to really take control of this map.
Ooh, oh, just touching that payload. Oh no, they get the lead.
Punk has the Primal. So.
Punk a few frames there from keeping it. Yeah, surely they knew he had Primal. He's just booping away Kalush. Happy with the lead though,
Good
I would
patience,
imagine.
though.
For Toronto.
Yeah, good patience. I mean, you still have the opportunity to go. Just waiting for the opportunity to engage present itself. No rush to really dedicate your ults.
See EMP could cause some serious damage from Hydron. Kind of spotting out where the supports are. Manual hack. Oh, quicker though on the trigger is Sugar Free. The counter EMP from Hydron, not resulting in much. It's actually Opener that's the one to go down for Toronto. They still have Nano Boost. There's still an opportunity to fight. Lijiang with the Pulse Bomb though, wants to get his revenge on Spectra, who's just hounding him down. Oh, Transcator broken. Oh! Beautiful presence of mind from Lijiang, just chasing up Hydron, who was translocating all the way back. Pulse bomb on the shield, and still this backline from Titans just does not die. Primal Rage from Kaluge. He has to find damage. He has to find some sort of pick.
You just can't find it. Rally comes out, but like, what do you have offensively to get these picks for you? How do you win this fight?
I mean, he's going to go in again, just hoping his healers can keep him alive. There's the nade. Yes, perfectly called, Johnny. There we go. And they still have the lead too, right? And they're pretty close to that checkpoint, so Toronto Defiant, when it mattered, swung the momentum in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, it's nerve-wracking, right? Because you have that failed engagement where Hydron sort of whiffs the EMP. Now both teams just trading back and forth. Oh, great pick from Hydron, finding Crimso in the backline. And Punk forced the retreat without his Ana. And now Toronto, they're looking like they're going to cap this point off. That's a big moment in this map.
Can they get a touch? Oh, not quite, no. They don't want to go for it. All right, butt scratch mode initiated on the robot.
No ultimates really for either team. There's the sole EMP now for the Vancouver Titans as they're looking to build some of these ultimates, but you know, you can't let this bot really slip away because then like the uphill battle just becomes too much to
Sugar-free just staring at Kaluge. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's a 5-man or a 1-man, as long as he got Kaluge there.
I mean, it's all about the Sombra engages, right? And we've seen these Sombras go back and forth. Spectra finds a pulse bomb, and both teams really going back and forth here.
I mean, we spoke about it at the break, Johnny, when we were off camera, about how scrappy this game is.
It is.
Spectra, they end up throwing out the pulse. I mean, they got 1 kill, sure, but you just had more presence there for the Titans.
Yeah, but that is a pretty common Overwatch League principle in place for both teams. If you are 4 versus 5, you really have to make a quick decision. Do we commit 4 versus 5, or do we just fall back and try to not die at all? And right there, they decided to commit. They get a couple of picks, but obviously didn't win them the fight. But because you get those 2 picks, Vancouver Titans, they can't really commit offensively either. So he's sang with the post bomb.
Yeah. As soon as he saw Ultraviolet looking at him, he knows he's as good as dead if he just walk up there. Pulse bomb from Eichenwalde. Uh-oh. A scary tool in his arsenal, that is for sure. EMP hits 1, Crypto flings out the nano onto Punk. His parting gift. But Punk not unwrapping it quick enough by the looks of it, can't get any kills.
You don't have the Ana healing here, so you can't get into like a long fight kind of with brawl and stuff.
Yeah.
So
you needed that instant kill, right?
Yeah, force a retreat, and Toronto Defiant in control of the bot, and they have 3 ultimates to go with it. So Toronto Defiant making a pretty good stand there while they have the lead with 35 seconds to go, Jack.
Nade only hitting 1, it was Punk. And nano boost in that small room. Just electrifying their circuits. Opener of Faith dead. Primal Rage is a going for Punk. Another couple of free meters there for Toronto Defiant, but with 22 seconds to go, Johnny, this is looking at very much a Toronto Defiant game. I mean, Punk has to come up with something rather large. In fact, the whole team do. Late deaths here, not great for Toronto, but with just under 20 meters, still very comebackable. In fact, they're going to rally super early.
I mean, Faith has a rally too, so you're just looking to sustain here if you're the Vancouver Titans.
OT in session, Johnny. Here it is. And Spectra has the pulse. He's staying a little bit further away. Do they know? Oh, the stick is good. The double kill for Spectra. Back line for Titans. They are now scrap metal on the floor. Toronto Defiant are just going to be able to clean this up. No chance. No ults. We're going to a map number 5. Battle for Canada. It's going to take us all the way.
Oh, is that clutch or what from Spectra on the Tracer? He's been proving it over and over again in this series. First on the Echo, racking up the multi-kills and the highlights, and now here on the Tracer as well. Very clutch from the Toronto Defiant. Scrappy back and forth. It felt like the Vancouver Titans were in control of this Esperanza, but then Toronto Defiant, a couple of nice fights going their way. You have the ultimate advantage, of course, and then you find some nice Sombra engages, and suddenly the map is yours, right? Very good map by the Toronto Defiant, and nice to get the momentum going into a map 5.
We had Battle for LA yesterday, which went to a map number 5. Battle for Canada going to a map 5. Some good Overwatch that is for sure. Toronto Defiant and the Vancouver Titans, after quite big roster swaps coming in from mid-season, just trying to prove themselves once again. They want to make the playoffs in Toronto. Of course, their hometown, if you're a Toronto Defiant fan. We saw the watch party a little bit earlier, so I bet they're ecstatic at this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Toronto Defiant franchise as well that have really reiterated and tried new lineups, tried new additions to the team, really try to make it work for this franchise. Obviously, they had some success last year, actually, in Toronto,
yes,
at the homestand. I believe they got 3rd place in that one, following up Summer Cisco Shock and the Dallas Fuel. But then again, this year, you know, there was all the rage about how they have this really young, talented core. Didn't work out for them in the spring stage. Now with an opportunity to get their first win here in the summer stage.
Round 5 is going to be Lijiang Tower. Toronto Defiant took Antarctic Peninsula, 2-1 to start off the series. A little bit more monkey, a little dive maybe, or are we going to the Ram? We'll have to wait and find out after this break. Battle for Canada going to a map 5. For the Battle of Canada, Toronto Defiant come back on Esperanza. They net the win. And Lijiang Tower is a final map. Johnny, we're head to
Kicking the day off with a bang.
Oh, yeah.
We got 4 matches today, Jaws.
Yeah,
and the first one going to map 5, Battle of Canada.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, you got another match after this one. Dude, I don't know how you do it. Like, I'm already tired. I'm just like, whoo, it's been chaotic. It's been up-tempo. I mean, this is one of the more up-tempo metas like we've seen, like in a while. Because it's both of these teams just trading back and forth, trying to find picks, trying to get value from their ultimates, forcing abilities from each other. It's been crazy. So we'll have to see if they commit to the same kind of Winston compositions, or if we'll see maybe a few of these teams go towards the Ramatra. Look at this. Are they baiting in spawn?
I mean, if you're gonna go Rhine, this is probably the map to do it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like when Echo is so strong as well, like, you know, I doubt it. I doubt we'll see the Reinhardt. But they have pulled it out. You know, Toronto Defiant have pulled it out before. Yeah. And Hydron swapped over to the Sim. So here you go.
On Rhine. Speed out, Sim TP to the point for Toronto Defiance. They're just gonna hunker down.
And I mean, Vancouver Titans, they're playing this Moira comp we saw from them on Antarctic Peninsula, right? So, and Sugar Free goes down early tonight. Wow. I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Just a rando icicle. All good. Toronto Defiant very happy with that pick.
Yeah.
So Sugar Free's building up less to an EMP.
Yeah, typically we see, when we talk about the Reinhardt versus Ramatra composition, we say that, okay, well, Ramatra is pretty favored because you can play, you know, back and forth, you can kind of peel back from the Reinhardt, but Vancouver Titans want to go in with this comp.
Jeez, look at that. Faith, Crimson, everybody's super low. Good little boop and Ultraviolet. He's got a miniature health pack at his back, so he's all good.
No healing.
Lamp to keep Kaluj up. No healing now. I mean, our Titans still going to be able to... Oh, the boot! Oh my god! Oh, it's a double boot from Faith. That would have evened it up quite easily. However, I mean, Puck is still punching. He's still swinging.
Oh boy!
And he's got an ult as well.
We got Ali out here just throwing punches.
Yeah. Oh, can Kaluj survive? He's 2 HP. Oh, Crimzo. Crimzo fades over the wall by the looks of it and just kills Kaluj. Wow. What an engagement from Titans.
Yeah,
still willing to put up a fight.
Just going in with this Moira and the Reaper and trying to find aggressive value, and it works out for them. And I mean, now you build ultimates. If you're Defiant composition, navigating this EMP is going to be tough.
It's going to be very tough. Even with that wall from Hydron, you could wait if you really wanted to, or you can go fast, which is what they've been doing. He's been detected already, hits the 4-man EMP. Sound barrier, they're still committing to this fight, Johnny. Shatter and a wall available. The Annihilation is going to be pretty tough to keep on going, considering the wall and the Rhine shield sitting in front of it. But it's really enough time for the Titans to potentially regroup. There's the Coalescence. Just go, go, go. Every button being pressed right now for the Titans. Kaluj has got Shatter, can't use it. Vancouver Titans, unprecedented speed. It feels like they've really leveled up through the mid-season, Johnny.
Now, they're so confident in this composition as well. And it feels great to play this composition because you're always trying to be the aggressor. You're always coalescing, pushing in. You're always EMPing, pushing in. Toronto Defiant, they're back on their heels. God. And now they go down to the Death Blossom.
They are double clutching right now. The speed is crazy. Double kill with the Death Blossom. And with 80%, Kaluj hasn't had a chance to use Shatter. And Spectra used Blizzard in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, you're just on your heels the entire time. You need really a big Earth Shatter or a big wall to catch someone out, but now they have to be focused on touching with the Symmetra.
TP onto point. Kaluj has to hit a big Shatter here. There it is, straight onto Crimzo's head. He does take him out, but they've already lost UV. Can Kaluj stay up? He's hiding behind this window right now, but I mean, the Vancouver Titans, they're just making light work of this.
They made it look easy. That was crazy.
It's complete contrast to what happened on Esperanza, or what happened on the first control map as well.
Well, I mean, we saw Vancouver Titans, when they get control, like they go. Like they're not waiting around on the point. They're not waiting for Toronto Defiant to get an opening. Like they're going, and we saw that just there. EMP, Death Blossom, Coalescence. They're always going aggressive. Lijiang here with the Death Blossom.
Speed and little Death Blossom. Oh, right into the bag. And then you see Spectra there throw out his little hand.
Yeah.
Just try to get a Blizzard, stop anybody else kind of approaching, but damn, Iceblock didn't last long enough.
Yeah, and we're gonna see both teams roll out with the same thing.
Okay, so it's going to be a speed, then a TP into the window. I mean, Lijiang's already there. Okay. There's no, like, cheeky rollout from Faith. You could get some crazy boop. Not to be, not to be, not to be. Not yet, anyway. One day.
Defiant are so scared. I mean, you're sitting back here right now, just trying to get some, draw the Titans in, try to find a pick here with the May wall perhaps, but...
I mean, big benefit for them is that Sugar Free doesn't really have a crazy amount of angles to really do a lot of damage to earn that EMP. This beam is insane. Look at the damage.
Eating them up.
I mean, if you shoot shields too, you get health back now as well. Oh, I mean, still, Lijiang and Crimzo still somehow getting damage and kills. I mean, this is it. The Titans are just scrapping is what they are.
Yeah, but I mean, they target the backline specifically, and with no healing, then Spectra is forced to touch it with the Ice Block.
Oh, Lijiang with a little bait. Does pop the Wraith, and Faith gets a little dip, a little boop off the map, and then Punk just, well, he just marches on forward. He's all good. A lamp to protect. But can they attack? Yes. Punk down. There's the wall splitting off the points. Turrets are going to come out. For the Coalescence, they're still willing to go. Kaluj overextended, way past the wall. He had no protection. That Coalescence just rips through his health bar. They do pound the flip, but still. I mean, Titans, you know they're going to still go on the offensive there.
Yeah, just trading back and forth, and now really you have to wait for the EMP to get back here.
And the scrappier the fight, Johnny, the more ult-charge Sugar Free's getting.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. He's enjoying these angles when the Reinhardt and the Rumble are brawling. Here we go.
EMP's looking too good. Oh yes! There's the 4-man EMP. Goodbye, he's saying. We don't need you anymore. We've got Sugar Free.
Nicely done. Nice execution there by the Titans. And they have ultimates to spare here, Jaws, if they want to make a grand stand.
I mean, it feels like every fight is like all Sugar Free, and then it's all he's saying. There's all Sugar Free. Just DPS prowess out the wazoo right now.
I'm feeling the flex support as well. I mean, the Coalescence, if you have that up, you're pushing aggressively.
They're going to go.
Nice windows from Ultraviolet too.
They're going to go fast. They got Death Blossom, they got Cole. This comp just wants to go, wants to press W. No S key. They've removed it from the keyboard.
No.
Open has it, a giant beat. Hasn't used the amp already? That's pretty rough. There's the sound barrier. But no ults have come out from Vancouver Titans. They're going to match with one of their own. Now Lijiang's just going to look through this wall. Here's Lijiang.
Kaluj want a big shatter so bad.
Yes. Maybe waiting for the Death Blossom to come out. Oh!
Okay.
Not a good start for the Vancouver Titans, losing Lijiang, who's trying to line up for a little Death Blossom. There's the shadow, Johnny. It does hit one in the front line, a little wall there to stop Crimzo from healing Punk as he just laid down to rest. 70+%. Vancouver Titans, they're pretty close to winning this game. Toronto Defiant have to be perfect, but they've got the tools, Johnny. They've got window, they've got wall, they've got a whole house. With even the wall from the May and the Blizzards.
Yeah, now you can sit back. I do think they suspect that Sugar Free has an EMP though. I mean, if you think like ult tracking, right? But Sugar Free only 85% of the way there, so they have an opportunity to engage early here if they want to.
Do they hit? Do they know? Back onto Ultraviolet. Lijiang's going pretty low, but Crimzo?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Crimzo. Okay, go again. We go again. I mean, Titans, you're pretty happy with this. Yes, just reset off the map.
Yeah.
Blizzard, wall used in that fight for the Toronto Defiant. Not sure where Crimzo went, but I can tell you went back to spawn. He jumped off the map.
That doesn't happen in Overwatch 1. Okay, bro.
Sure thing, buddy.
Okay, bro. We'll be the arbiters of that. Give us the replay later. But yeah, great decision by Titans to really jump off the map early, because now you have time to recommit with the EMP and the Death Blossom here. This has to be an aggressive engage from the Titans.
You can already see Sugar Free in the backline, setting up the EMP. Oh, Ice Block popped. Sugar Free had to go back.
Out.
He was forced out super early. Now Punk's in trouble. So he's trying to get through the wall. You've got to help him get through that wall. Toronto Defiance, in the face of an EMP and a Death Blossom from the Vancouver Titans, still somehow to pull it out. 99% to 100. And there you go. We're going to round number 3. It's going all the way. It's like so shades of Battle for LA yesterday.
Oh yeah, all the way. Except this time, one team is 3-5 and the other is 4-4. So not quite same. I mean, there's still massive stakes here because again, both of these teams are vying for play-ins, but also trying to take advantage of teams like the LA Gladiators losing and struggling, right? That gives you the opportunity to climb up and really get a higher seed. Here's the replay.
Oh, here's Crimzo.
Here's Crimzo.
Hits the shift. Oh
that
my
is sad.
God. I guess he was definitely trying to jump there, but I guess that whole like rock is slidey. And same with the, I mean, that's...
Overwatch League social media, you have my permission to post that.
That's rough, man. That's real rough.
That was funny. That was
TP
funny.
out. Same comps, Johnny.
Same comps indeed. And Toronto wasting no time here.
They got to match this pace. They got to beat it. You got to live your life a quarter mile at a time.
There's no Mei here for Titans, so I mean, Toronto going to try to use this Mei wall to really find an opening.
It's a decent spot though for the Vancouver Titans, to be fair, if they're up in the server. Cluj, yeah, okay, this is the tempo that you want to match. You just want to go in, get in their faces, force that Nemesis form out of Punk, and then he's a little bit more free to swing at your Cluj, less armor to go through. Lamp used pretty early, but still the Vancouver Titans, yeah, I'm going to get on the point first. Get some capture percentage, not fully captured yet, but Spectra's in trouble. Even Faith trying to boop him in. Walls, just trading of cooldowns. This time it's Lijiang to go down first, but Ultraviol's going to get traded. And now Vancouver Titans can go real quick. Faith dead, point caps. That was a very sloppy fight from both sides.
Yeah, finding that pick on the Lijiang, I mean, that's a lot of your damage that you rely on to finish off these kills, right? So, nicely done by Toronto. Hydron's going to be out of the fight here, so Titans trying to get this point control with the EMP and the Coalescence before Hydron really gets back.
Yeah, I mean, you go fast. There you go. There's the EMP. Maybe a Coalescence after the lamp,
Great
or maybe not.
barrier.
Sound barrier, window, and wall. So much invested from Toronto Defiant to hold on to this point. Vancouver Titans, all they can do is wait. Oh, an icicle. Send him straight back to the freezer.
And now you have control here. I mean, you win this fight despite Sugar Free utilizing the EMP and Crimso using the Coalescence. Great sound barrier by Opener here in his opening match for the Defiant. Lijiang's going to swap over to the Mei here, and Crimso over to the Baptiste. But you only have the Annihilation to rely on, while Spectra's got this Blizzard to play with.
Yeah, and as soon as Punk pops that Annihilation, Spectra's going to be yeeting that Blizzard for sure.
Oh yeah.
Just split off Punk, or even freeze him, take him out. A lot more sustainability though with the bat with the lamp. Ooh, Spectra went pretty low after that manual hack. But Punk taking a lot of damage from Hydron on the sidelines. Okay, they're going to go first. They're going to use that Blizzard, TP away. And Vancouver Titans do hit it, but a whiff on the Shatter. And Kalush is low. He's trying to get the pin kill onto Punk, but no, just takes an icicle to the head from Lijiang. Still on a stall potential from Opener, 76% and more. I mean,
they had such an opportunity there with Vancouver Titans swapping their composition and really no ults to rely on apart from the Annihilation and maybe the sound barrier, but like, I mean, you gotta be kicking yourself if you're Defiant. You have 79%, you have the amplification matrix, of course, but Titans, they're still gonna go fast with this sugar-free EMP, I bet.
Is he setting up? Oh, there's the teleport. You know they're all going to be groups. EMP's going to be pretty easy to land here. Boom, hits two. However, that lamp's already out, so Hydra didn't get instantly deleted. The window on the high ground. UV's pumping out some mad healing, mad damage. And that Blizzard just goes by the wayside. He did isolate Spectra, but that's about it. And with a window of his own, Crimso's going to try and set up for something, but that sound barrier is going to be hard to really deal with at this point. Same with that that wall even from Hydron. I mean, the overwhelming presence of the Toronto Defiant, that EMP from Sugar Free needed to find value, but it didn't.
And now they're struggling. I mean, 85%, and someone needs to touch this point.
Stagger kill.
Sugar Free is dead, he can't go to the point.
On Faith dies too, super late.
You just can't go there. You just can't get there. The Doomfist panic swap from Punk, but who can touch?
Desperation time from the Titans. Can Punk actually get back to the point? 99%. They're going to get the boop away. Yes, they do.
Great boop.
Toronto Defiant take us to a map 5, a round number 3. They come back, and they are the kings of Canada.
What a huge win for Toronto Defiant. Just look at the relation. They're so happy. This was such an important win for this franchise that were struggling in the spring stage, that were disappointing throughout. But now you get this win against a rival like the Vancouver Titans, of course. Wow, that's massive, and just look how happy they are. They're pumped.
They won the first control, they won the last, and that's what counts. Winning that last match, that all that matters. A round number 3 here in the Battle for Canada. Toronto Defiant pick up the W. And after what was quite a crazy mid-season as well for them, dropping a few players and picking up Spectra, picking up Opener, who's been in the league before, a lot of veteran experience there.
I gotta say, I mean, Opener had 2 very crucial sound barriers, especially late there. I mean, Sugar Free with the EMPs trying to push aggressive for the Titans. But Opener, right there with the sound barrier, dropping it, great understanding of the pace of the game, and also Spectra throughout the series with some amazing echo play. It was really good to see these two new faces on the Defiant come in with a bang in their first map for the franchise.
Yeah, it feels really good. I mean, the Titans can, although they did end up losing, they can definitely walk away with a little bit of a smile too. I mean, Lijiang very much proved his worth, a new addition to the Titans roster. But player of the match is going to be, well, first game for the team, and first player of the match too, Spectra. You spoke about his echo, and well, we get to see some of it now.
I mean, just look at these highlights. Duplicating Diana here. He's doing some sniping. I mean, it was really good gameplay, and I mean, Gibraltar, he especially had a few moments, even though you kind of dropped that map. Very impressed by this pickup, and this is the perfect meta for Spectra as well, right? I mean, we're seeing more Echo being played in the summer stage, but he can also mantle this Tracer. This pulse bomb right here.
I mean, this was game-winning.
This was game-winning, for sure. The entire backline, gone. Boom. Boom.
A nice little double kill. And yeah, in this comp, it's very much a clash of styles when it comes to the Vancouver Titans and the Toronto Defiant playing these two. This Kaluj Ryan very much likes to play that character, it feels like, and getting to play it with all the support, with Spectra on May, with Hydron on the Symmetra, worked out wonders for them. And you can see this is the stats on the Echo just from this game. Fairly high death, 6.2. But the damage, the final blows is what really counts. And the duplications, you don't really see the amount of impact in this stat line of how the dupes do, especially if you're copying things like Ana. Those bio grenades, they can just win fights like straight up.
And also, I mean, it was not like a dominant win either. So can't expect dominance in the statistics.
Sure, yeah.
This was a barn burner. This was back and forth, both teams trading blows. So really impressive by Spectra and the rest of the Toronto Defiant. But Vancouver Titans, they can't be too unhappy with this one as well. They have plenty more opportunities here in the summer stage to solidify their play-in spot.
Plenty more chances to prove that is for sure, but your Kings of Canada right now are the Toronto Defiant as they take home the win after that banger map 5. We're going to jump to a quick break though. This is going to break down this series a little bit more, and the next series that's going to come up. We'll see you in a bit. Break one. Pull up. What? Yeah, go point.
Go point. Try left.
John, you good?
Yeah, I'm okay. Try left.
Touch.
No. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!
Welcome back to Watchpoint, everybody. Battle for Canada goes to Toronto Defiant. It was a very close match, but in the end, it was Toronto taking the win. Johnny, I gotta say, you did a fantastic job on the casting. That was a very long one, but you killed it.
It was very high tempo. I mean, surely both of you agree. Like, it was so high tempo in this Echo Tracer meta.
Back and forth. There wasn't a clear dominant team, basically at any point.
Right. I mean, it could have went either way, but then it was the Toronto Defiant. Let's take a look at our predictions for this one because we didn't have time to do it. Surely everyone picked Toronto, right? No, we didn't.
I was close though.
But it was Spectre, I think, way above expectations this match.
Johnny and I were close. We did 3-2.
I have an excuse. I was getting justice for the drop players. Like, we got to stick together, so I couldn't vote for Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, drop players got to stick together. So
this guy's a story.
I mean, well-deserved win for Toronto Defiant. I'm very excited to see more from them. Let's break this up. Let's break this match down. Dante, why don't you go ahead and start first?
Okay, so whenever it comes on screen.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Just go for it.
Oh, I'm just gonna talk it.
Yeah.
All right. So right here, I'm talking about sugar-free EMP. Well, it's more the comp matchup, but when the other team has to retake on the BAP comp, it's extremely hard for them because you have to touch the point in Overwatch to get the point flip. And how do you do that without getting EMP'd? It's really, really hard. So it's really favorable for the Summer team once they have the point, and if they win that first point, or if they win the first fight, normally they snowball the whole map. So.
Yeah, they just keep setting up on you. But, I mean, there's also some defender's advantage for the other side comp. What Toronto was playing more on that first map, it was the BAP, the Sojourn, the May. When they're able to get the first point flip, we can roll the clip and check it out. And they're really able to like play these far back positions, not get caught by any of the abilities. Here, BAP is just like happily sitting here, just healing everyone. And, he's playing the fight exactly how he wants to. We got a couple more POVs of players just, they're so hard to catch when they're able to just constantly fall back and back and back. Hydron just out of the EMP. Crucial moment here. He's able to fire back. Opener as well, dodging and, charging up the beat, securing this fight for his team. So both teams, I think, when they play this rush comp, pressure's on that first fight. If you lose the first fight, you're starting to feel kind of desperate, which is how the series ended up playing out, especially on that third round, or the final map as well on Lijiang, where those teams, with control of the point, they're hard to dislodge.
Yeah, I mean, I also kind of have a question for all of you guys. It might be a stupid one, but I do feel like we're seeing a lot more Echo play. Is that because of the map pool, or is it just Echo is just fitting better for the meta currently, like in the summer stage?
What do you think, Dante? I'm curious on your perspective.
It's definitely a map pool thing. Maps like Eichenwalde and Numbani are just traditionally Echo maps. She's always been good on there with the high grounds and stuff. Hitscan just doesn't feel that good in this meta, and Sombra doesn't feel good where the high grounds are so strong. So Echo is just the best choice most of the time.
You mentioned the Tracer spread too, right, Jake?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that matters, but the fact that Tracer's just a little bit weaker, like Echo's up in the air, you're just doing a little bit less damage to Echo, and particularly that matchup where, like Cassidy, you can get right up in his face and shoot him with Tracer, the spread doesn't matter, but on Echo, that's not happening. You gotta shoot up, and I think that does make it a little awkward to punish Echo. I think the copy change is probably the biggest though, right? The fact that you get that copy a little bit quicker, and it's such a team fight defining ultimate. Especially Dante, you were talking backstage, this Ana copy is just devastating. You get some of the strongest abilities in the game. You can nade right on the enemy Ana's head, copy her in the back line. And that's a deadly dive, so much potential.
I'll ask you then. I'll take over the hosting reins and ask you a question then. We saw Vancouver Titans, they duplicated Tracer quite a bit there and had double Tracer. Is that just purely situational, or do you think it's you can kind of duplicate Ana, you can kind of duplicate Tracer, depending on the situation, and you shouldn't really opt for one or the other. It's kind of like a free-for-all.
I think you want Ana, but the great thing about a Tracer duplicate is you're almost never gonna get instantly shut down on the Tracer, right? Because you can constantly, you can just reposition yourself, you can recall out of the situation if you need to, and just, it's very likely you're gonna get at least one pulse bomb, if not two. And so for a lot of these players, especially if they're confident handling the Tracer, I think it's a fine copy. I do think you're kind of hoping for max value to get the Ana, sometimes the Winston, if you're really confident you can get the Primal. We've seen Ramatra be a really strong copy when those heroes are matched up, which isn't as common, but get that insta health from them.
Talking about Echo, our post-match interview is actually with an Echo player. His name is Spectra, the newest addition to the Toronto Defiant. Yeah, Guys, let's go. I mean, guys, not guys. I'm the one walking.
Okay. We're going.
I mean, you guys can go. I mean, I don't think.
No, we trust you.
All right, we got Spectra for the post-match interview. Spectra, thank you so much, and also congratulations on getting the win. This was a very close fight, but in the end, it was the Toronto Defiant getting the win. So how did you guys get the win against the Vancouver Titans? 자, 오늘 일단 승리 축하드리면서 일단 오늘 경기 굉장히 접전이었죠. 끝까지 간 경기였는데 오늘 승리 좀 어떻게 이루시게 되셨나요?
네, 일단 축하해주셔서 감사하고 제가 오늘 데뷔전이라서 긴장을 좀 많이 했는데 그래도 중간에 스코어도 밀림에도 불구하고 팀원들이 다 이제 열심히 하나가 돼서 해보자 해갖고 해서 이길 수 있었던 것 같아요.
All right. First of all, thank you for letting us for getting the win. It was my debut match today, so I was a bit nervous. But even though we were sort of on the back foot when the matches started, but we were able to sort of unite as one, and we were able to finally defeat the Vancouver Titans at the end. Talking about the debut match, that sort of leads into my second question. It was your debut match. It was your first match in the Overwatch League, and I think you did a fantastic job. How was it like? How was it like for you today playing your first match with your new team? 자, 방금 데뷔 매치를 말씀드려서 그거에 대해서 좀 더 여쭙고 싶어서 오늘 데뷔 매치기도 하고 또 굉장히 좋은 모습을 보여주셨다고 저는 생각을 합니다. 오늘 토론토와의 어떻게 보면 첫 경기, 토론토의 멤버로서 첫 경기를 치르셨는데 좀 어떠셨나요?
솔직히 데뷔전이라면 원래 이것보다 더 긴장할 만도 한데 제가 토론토에 왔을 때부터 팀원들이 외국인 선수랑 이제 코치, 감독, 매니저님까지 다 너무 좋은 분들이셔갖고 좀 친해져갖고 제가 좀 잘할 수 있지 않나 싶습니다.
Yeah. I mean, because this was a debut match, although I was nervous, I wasn't as nervous as I expected because everyone on the Toronto family, from my teammates and to everyone from the coaches and staffs as well, they were super nice. It was really easy for me to get along with them. I think that really helped me in my time getting accommodated into the Toronto Defiant. All right, I'm going to end the interview here. Spectra, thank you so much. And again, big congratulations on getting the win. 자, 이걸로 인터뷰 마치면서 보내드리도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 땡큐.